ever get a chance to, ARMS 5.0 just came out like an hour ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I have to plug in my freaking game system when I should be doing a podcast.
Yeah, what a problem to have.
Yeah, I know, right?
I had to stop playing Meds because I get a really bad mouse when I play that game.
Oh yeah, your Mud's mouth is bad.
Your mud mouth is very dirty.
Well, and I haven't even started Super Challenge yet. That's just regular Mutant Muds.
Ah, God. So how's everybody out there doing in Live Land? Tonight's show is a day late and different since we're not actually going to be doing our regular show, but welcome. I am totally healthy. I'm not dying of sick at all. I'm perfectly fine. Steve has been sniffling all night, though, so if you hear sniffling during the show, it's Steve, not me.
Yeah, most definitely Steve.
In fact, I'm the only one that's not sick right now, so.
Wait, I'm not sick.
Shh, they don't know that.
Okay,
Sick.
Okay, Miles.
Sick in the head, but...
Wait,
Miles,
I'm not
what?
sick. Yes, you are, Fox Boy.
Hi, Phantom. What's happening?
Why am I not seeing
Our chat?
the live stream?
Oh, why do I think this is going to be an opinionated one for some of our live listeners?
I think that's going to be a thing.
I feel like the people who just tune in casually to like the produced show will be like, yeah, whatever, I don't really care. And like Phantom and Minus are going to be pulling their hair out, dying a little inside.
Okay, let's get synced up, I guess, while we're waiting for everything.
Hang on.
This Audacity looks different. What the hell?
Can't get
I told
synced
ya.
up until we boot up Audacity.
My goodness, Steve, you are not lying.
I told you. I don't know what's different about it, but it is different.
Mine is fine.
What are you talking about?
Well, you don't probably didn't update, or did you update it yet, Lucas?
I don't update automatically. Usually my
didn't-
desktop stuff just updates on its own.
I didn't know Audacity had an update.
Yeah, mine looks
fancy.
fine. I'm just gonna stick with regular old Audacity. I don't need anything new.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't update it.
Exactly.
I don't need no new Audacity. I'm just gonna
Stick with old Audacity.
Go with the old Audacity.
I like that.
I don't feel like going to new Audacity City.
What about Hydrocity?
That was a good mix you shared, by the way.
All right, guys, let's make sure we're all recording and let's get synced up, and then I think we ought to get rolling.
That sounds like a good idea.
Can you guys hear my TV, by the way, or am I good? Because I'm playing ARMS at the moment.
I don't hear anything. Is
Okay,
your
good.
TV's volume on?
Yeah, that's why I was making sure.
I would probably mute it for the show, so then it's not picking up on the audio for the snowball.
Yeah, we all remember what happened when I was shrine hunting.
That like month where we yelled at Justin every show because he had Breath of the Wild on in the background.
Oh, I forgot about
Just
that.
hear the shrines beeping.
Like we're talking and all of a sudden we just hear beep 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 beep.
Yeah, and then we found all the shrines, so that was never a thing anymore.
No, now it's homing for treasure chests.
Okay, guys, let's. Is everybody recording?
Yep.
Yep, Rooney.
Yes.
Cool. Let's sync up. So in 3, 2, 1.
I can hear us echoing in something.
Justin, what? Yeah.
Hang on, it's somewhere around 20 minutes. I'll give you the exact number. About 2015.
Maybe, Mike.
20 minutes, 54 seconds. 2054.
Thank you for that. Steve.
I believe it was 28:45.
I'll take it. And my man Lucas, what you at?
1:38, my friend.
38. All right, let's see what we got here.
Does somebody have YouTube open? And
it could be one of our live listeners who have joined the Hangout call already.
I'm not hearing it from anyone. Does
Yeah,
that mean it's on my end?
I don't hear nothing.
I
think it's just
I
Justin.
can. Okay, but I don't have any sound on YouTube, so somebody in the call has YouTube open because there's a delay on it.
Say I hear something, but I know it's not on my end because nobody's home but me.
Well, I don't hear anything. But
I don't either.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't hear.
Right.
I don't hear shit.
I'm not editing, so it's not my problem.
You're damn right. Okay, I posted the. Oh, obviously, because we got our YouTube list or our peoples in here. Got that ready. Timer's ready. I think we're ready, y'all. You guys ready to get started?
let's do it.
Yep.
Cool. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. We are episode 422, I believe. It is the 21st of December. It's my birthday, actually. Where's my damn song? God damn it, guys.
You got your shirt already.
We played it for you.
Happy birthday to
No,
you.
Steve, we're not justifying this. We could bad behavior, it'll just
Am
keep-
I the only one that wished him a happy birthday today?
I wished him a
No,
happy
I
birthday
did.
at like 9 a.m., okay? I
Yeah.
don't even remember
I
doing
think
it, but
I
I
beat
did.
you. I beat you because my phone reminded me at 9 a.m. and I had to put it in my phone at like 8
9 a.m. your
After-
time.
Well, yeah, that would have been 7 your time, so I still win.
God damn you.
Even sick,
Welcome-
I'm better.
Welcome to Infendo
Yeah,
Radio.
let's figure.
It is we're doing something different tonight. We're on a Thursday, which is weird. Mostly because we had some conflicting
It's
scheduling
Eugene's
stuff.
fault.
It was
Well, I
Steve.
mean,
It was me.
It was
too.
Eugene-
it was kind of a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. We'll both take the blame here.
It's Steve's fault we're not Wednesday, and it's Eugene's fault we're not Tuesday because Eugene forgot somebody's important birthday, and then it almost went bad.
Ooh, that does
Yeah.
make Eugene column B.
No, I already told her. She knows it's fine. So, but yeah, so we're recording on a Thursday because we had some conflicting stuff. It's a holiday, stuff happens. But here we are. We're recording a Game of the Year podcast. Actually, we've got a bunch of cool stuff planned for you guys. It's not a normal show, so if you're expecting Nintendo tunes and news, well, sorry to disappoint you. But we've got some cool stuff here. We've got a bunch of different categories, and we're going to do a little bit of debating about it. But before we do that, let's introduce ourselves. Who I have with me tonight? Steve, how are you doing?
I always wonder who you're going to start with, and I never have anything prepared. I am good.
So we'll start preparing for next week now, Steve. You've got like what?
Oh, I have been. I've already been trying to make sure we don't have another train wreck like we did last week. That was fun.
Lucas, how are you doing? I know you're feeling a little sick, but I'm glad you're with us anyways.
Sick, but glad to be here. Yeah, I think I'm on the up. I started with a sore throat, then I had the sore throat and headache. Now I just have the headache. So I think I'm in the progression of getting healthier, which would be good because right now I feel like I want to sleep. So
Great. Well, I'm glad you're here. We'll try not to make you fall asleep. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of debating to go on, so you'll be fine.
appreciate it.
Mike, how are you doing? How's your dog doing, more importantly? No offense.
Yes, we heard.
Well, I'm good. The other Mike, that's also me on this stream because there's two of me. He is also good. The dog is doing very well. He started eating food yesterday, which was a fucking miracle. And he's healing. For anyone who doesn't know, I didn't talk about it in the Discord or anything. My dog had 15 teeth taken out on Monday for severe periodontal teeth disease, and now he's just hanging out, recovering, and he's learning how to eat food with all his front teeth missing, and he's back to being his old self, barking at everything, fucking trying to lick my feet and everything, typical dog shit. So he's good. which makes me a lot happier than I was earlier in the week. So I am ready for this fucking podcast. I am ready to debate. I am ready to rebate. I'm ready to
All the baits.
Inflate.
All the baits. Don't need to
Wait
hear
for
them.
it. Wait for it.
Yeah, that's why I'm hurrying them all.
Let's shift on over to the master bait or master claw.
Oh God.
Yeah, I got nothing this week.
You got a kitty?
Oh, well, I've got cats sleeping all over the couch over here. None of them are with me. I am in a blah mood right now, so I got no jokes for you. And my dryer just buzzed, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
While he's gone, we'll bring light to the fact that I said, hey, let's go to the master bait, and he said, I got nothing this week.
That sounds like a dilemma.
I'm gonna divert us away from that one, and let's let's talk a little bit about our Patreon. So just remember, a reminder for everybody in the Patreon, not this week but next, we're going to after the 31st and everything, we're going to revert our Patreon back to the way it used to be. So enjoy the little discount on your patron this month. But yeah, we're going to go back to the full dollar amounts for the next month because Patreon decided to go back on their way. So just wanted to make you guys aware of that and put a shout out again this week for that. But thank you again for joining our Patreon in the first place. If you want to be part of our Patreon as well, can do so going to patreon.com/Infendo Radio or patreon.com/HughAdventure because that's that's where the y'all really need to be for Lucas here.
That's where the cool people hang out is my Patreon. Thank you, Eugene. I appreciate that. Since by like 11:30, I'll be too delirious to even remember that I have a computer, let alone a Patreon account.
So what are you at right now?
I am at 6 patrons and like $26. It's kind of amazing.
Oh, look.
So,
awesome.
And they're all longtime show listeners or co-hosts, so you guys are amazing.
I think you might be beating some other podcasts out there.
Sure.
I don't want to call out names.
Oh, God.
So last little bit of house cleaning before we get Justin back. Next week's show is also going to be different because we're going to be inviting all of our patrons who are of the $20 level or above to be a part of the $50 tier, which actually invites them on the show. So with that said, we're going to have these fine gentlemen here with us and ladies, if somebody wants to join in on that tier, there's still time. To join us on the show and participate accordingly. So and it's going to be an all Nintendo show, so that's going to be lots of fun. All right, so we're going to take a little break here, wait for Justin, and then we'll be right back with the show proper.
Yep, and so because he didn't mention it for next week, for all of our patrons who are going to be on the show, you're going to have to learn how to use a couple of new apps called Voice Meter and Audacity and all that other fun shit. So yeah. Be prepared to learn.
We're gonna get with you and make that work. So don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be too scared. We got you.
If we could train these guys.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to learn from me. I promise. We're gonna have somebody who knows what they're doing.
So Minus has a good question in the chat. If he jumps to the $100 tier, will he be bumped to the $1,000 tier?
Absolutely, yes. Actually, you can.
Does that mean I have to keep my clothes on?
What'd you like to advertise, Michael? I mean, we'll put that ad right in the middle of the show for you.
Yeah.
I guess to clarify, what we did was we bumped all of our $10 and $20 patrons up a tier for like an end of the year party extravaganza thing. So our $20 patrons are going to be on the show, which is the $50 tier. Our $10 patrons are going to get to hang out in the Hangouts, apparently. I guess we're also honoring anything above that, so that's a thing too. But it's more to show our thanks for you guys. It's less a way to get you guys to like raise your donations, so don't take it as that. It's more just like, hey, you guys are really great patrons. Let's have you on the show for a week.
Yeah. Phantom just said he can't join the Hangout, so.
He just his other account just dropped. So maybe you can join back in here, Phantom. See, this is what we were talking about pre-show. We're gonna have to figure that out for next week's show when people are on. Yeah. But yeah, next week's show we might be using a different client that allows, because what's happening right now is that the Google Hangouts only allows a maximum number of people in a Hangout. So hopefully he'll be able to join us here soon. Okay, we got Justin back. We're going to get rolling with the show. Mike, if Phantom can't come back, we might have to do Justin's suggestion and having you drop off of your laptop if you wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? So then we can open up a spot.
No, that's fine. And for anyone who will be, if I have to do that, I will be very sad because I'm still wearing hats this week. I'm following my hat trend, but
of course,
we got Phantom back though, so that's good.
Thank God we don't have any more patrons. I wouldn't be able to hold them.
I think the entirety of what would normally be in our live chat is now in our group chat up above.
Yeah. Right. Okay, guys. So let's get rolling into the show proper. Let me just make a note here on my Audacity. Gosh, I can't get used to this new interface.
I told you it was different. You didn't believe me. I should have.
I literally didn't even hear you. If I or I wasn't paying attention because I'm an asshole. I don't know, one of the two.
Well, you guys don't listen to me. We've established this. That's why I throw in shit that I talked about the week before in Intentions.
Okay, all right. Let's get rolling into this Game of the Year category thing because it sounds like we've got a bunch to talk about. So how many categories did we end up having, guys? Was it 14 after all?
14. Old categories. Some of them serious, some of them silly.
So we've got 14 categories, and we're gonna, kind of debate to find a winner for each category, and then 2 runners up. So we're not gonna get like too crazy numbering the list or anything like that, but I think it's still gonna garner some debate, so it should still be fun. So, Mike, do you want to read the list out for everybody so then they could know all the categories that we're gonna be debating tonight?
Sure, no problem. Our first category, which we'll get to shortly, is the best moment in gaming / biggest surprise of 2017, or I guess in the last year or so, because our first thing on here is the Switch release date. I do want to rename it to biggest surprise because fucking release date isn't a best moment in gaming, but anyway. Moving on. Best third-party game is the following category. Fucking Hangouts is loading on my phone. Okay, here we go. Best new character, best new IP, best...
I'll screen share my screen too.
Yeah, give me like 5 seconds here. Anyone who wants to listen to me live, ARMS has been updated. Best new IP, and the next category is probably going to come up eventually. Fucking God damn it.
Do you want me to take
I'm not prepared. Yeah, Steve, you're prepared for once. Go ahead.
I still had that coming.
Best indie game is the next category.
The category after that is worst tasting Nintendo product of 2017, followed by best amiibo of 2017, biggest disappointments of 2017.
Can we stop saying of 2017?
I was just reading the list verbatim.
The next category is from flop to fun, game that improved the most since launch. I know what game is not winning that one on here. Worst game of 2017. I know what game is winning that one. Best new Ultra Beast and Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Soundtrack of the year. Best downloadable content of the year. And finally, number 14, Game of the Year.
Awesome.
So, a lot of fun categories, a lot of goofy ones, and I can already tell we're going to have a lot of bantering back and forth. So, everyone grab your hard hats. It's going to be a heavy night.
Oh, man. Where's my Mario Maker hat?
Well, let's start right away into our first category, which was, I guess, what did we decide? We're going to call this, I guess, biggest surprise?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into biggest surprise here. So who wants to start? I guess I don't know if we want to read the list that we have drafted here, or if we just want to kind of just banter. What do you guys think?
Let's give them the list of nominees just so that they know what everything's up against.
Yeah, and they can vote for their own favorites then too.
And I guess if you guys have anything that you didn't add to the list, first of all, shame on you. We've had this list up for like 3 weeks now. But second of all, feel free to do a write-in.
Definitely. Awesome. So Justin, why don't you read the list for us then? I guess. So you have it open. You ready?
Oh.
He's muted though.
If not, I'm ready.
Justin, you're muted. So I guess Steve, why don't you take it away? This is going off swimmingly.
Hey, I got my iPad tonight. I'm ready. So the biggest surprise this year, the nominees are the Switch release date being so close to the reveal, which I believe was in January, if I remember right. Mario Cross Rabbids being real. Switch sales, excuse me, at 10 million in 9 months. Doom / Skyrim / Wolfenstein Switch editions. Metroid Prime 4 in development. Mario Odyssey Final Capture. No spoilers. Return of Team Rocket. Bayonetta 3. Minecraft on handheld. New 2DS XL. Master Cycle Zero and Breath of the Wild. And the lyrical Mario theme.
This is freaking hard. Why did we agree to do this?
I've already got my pick. So
go ahead, Mike.
So, fuck you, Steve. No, my biggest my pick for this one is either between the Switch sales or Bayonetta 3, because we've been talking about it for like the longest time now. But Bayonetta 3 was a great surprise, but still a surprise because like anyone who's played Bayonetta 1 and 2 knows there's no story left. So what could they do with Bayonetta 3? I don't know. Can they do something? Sure. Was I expecting something? No. So am I going to be happy for this? Fuck yeah, I'm going to be happy for it.
Yeah, kind of in that same vein, I want to say the return of Team... Hey.
Okay.
You're on the wrong microphone, though, Justin.
You sound like a toilet bowl.
I did. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's not showing up anymore. Hang on.
Yeah, so Lucas, go ahead while he's waiting. Continue.
So I want to say the return of Team Rocket was my favorite surprise of the year because I'd been wanting Team Rocket back in a Pokemon game for years now. But yeah, Bayonetta 3 stole it for me. Like, that was amazing, and I'm super excited for it. So I'm also throwing...
I might have picked Pokemon if I had beat Pokemon and got to that point yet, but I haven't.
Well, yeah, for me it's just the trailer that I've seen, because I've only done like one fight with them in Pokemon. I've avoided too much of the post-game so far. But yeah, no, Bayonetta 3 gets my vote. Like, that's an amazing surprise. I never saw it coming, and I'm super happy that it's a thing. So
see, I definitely saw it coming, especially with the critical reception and fan reception of Bayonetta 2. My biggest surprise of the year was actually how quickly the Switch made it to 10 million sales. That's my pick.
And see, I mean, for me,
like we said last week, they're en route to beating the Wii U in 1 year. So,
hell, in Japan, they're going to beat the Wii U's entirety already. And, like, Japan's Wii U sales are going to be crushed by the Switch sale. It's been like another month.
So can we let's start getting stuff out of here. Can we get rid of this new 2DS XL? Because who's really surprised or even cares about that, honestly, right?
I'm surprised, but certainly not my biggest surprise of the year.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Lucas, I forgot you were going to be our man. Do it.
Oh, I can, unless you want to. Yeah, I'll take care of it. I'm also writing down all of our picks in our own list on my own private thing, so I'll keep track of us.
So I was fighting with my audio settings. Did anybody go with Doom, the Bethesda games?
So far, it's just been you, me, and Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. Because those are my two votes: Switch sales and the Bethesda games.
Well, for me, it has to be the Switch release date being so close to the reveal. When I was putting this list together, that was the first thing that came to my mind. They revealed it in January, and it was out in March. Well, no, they gave us the release date in January, and I had 5 paychecks to figure out how I was going to pay off the Switch, Breath of the Wild, all of the amiibo, and the headphones that I bought. I was shocked. I thought I had at least 6 months to worry about paying that off.
I mean, I kind of expected that just because I know the end of their fiscal year is the end of March. So if they wanted to make a profit at all in 2016, they had to get the Switch out before the end of March.
Right.
But I think I kind of do remember debating about that, but I'm kind of still with Steve that I'm still kind of shocked that they still made it happen. You know, like it's pretty incredible that they were able to achieve that.
Well, and even when they revealed it, everybody was saying there's no way this is going to happen. It's going to get delayed. You know, everybody kind of figured it would be pushed back.
Right,
At least
right.
That's the conversation I was in anyway.
So, what are you thinking then, Eugene, for your biggest surprise? Are you backing Steve's pick?
I mean, I don't know that I'm ready to pick yet, but I know what I wasn't surprised about. Like, I'm not like, I don't know that the lyrical Mario theme would be like my biggest surprise. I don't know if anybody said anything about that. I don't know that that's really.
Again, a lot of these things on the list are surprising, but are wouldn't be classified as like the biggest oh my god moment of the year for me.
You have to remember too that originally this list was the best moment / biggest surprise. So it was really more of just like, holy crap, that's happening, But we've narrowed the terminology down a little bit to fit. So there's bound to be some splash from that.
Sure. So yeah, I mean, if we're going with this biggest surprise thing, like I can still see Bayonetta on my list. Like the Master Cycle, I mean, I don't know. Was anybody like it was surprising, but like was like your biggest surprise of the year?
No, I haven't even unlocked it yet, so I haven't even unlocked that, so I don't even care.
Yeah, compared to Bayonetta, for me, like none of these other ones even come close. Personally,
I'm kind of, honestly, I'm kind of with you. I know, Justin, you said that you weren't surprised by it, but I was like, when did Bayonetta 2 come out? Like not like 3-4 years ago or something like that, right? So like,
yeah. I mean, I guess if I'm surprised at all about Bayonetta 3, it's that it's coming out so soon. As you were probably
we don't know when it's coming out.
Okay, well, it was announced so soon anyway. But I mean, when we got Bayonetta in Smash, I knew that Nintendo was all in on this franchise. So I was totally expecting a Bayonetta 3 or a Bayonetta re-release on the Switch. I didn't know when, and I wouldn't have been surprised if it didn't happen, but
honestly, I'm with Mike on the surprise aspect. Like, to me, Bayonetta being in Switch or being in Smash was just because we had that partnership with Bayonetta 2 coming out. And it was like, that was representation of that being a thing.
Now, let's remember, too, though, the only reason Bayonetta was in Smash because she won the fan vote.
Yeah, that's also true.
Huh. Well, that's not necessarily true. She was the most accessible character that got voted on.
Okay, well they can't get Shrek and Smash. We know that.
Well, you joke, but that's kind of the point. Is if more people voted for Banjo and Kazooie or something like that, we couldn't get them. But hey, we have this partnership with Platinum, and we published their last game. We can easily get her in.
Well, but that's my point exactly. We published their last game. That to me was no indication that we were going to get another game. And I think, like Mike says too. And I don't want to hold this as like a holier than thou moment, but as like the only two people who've actually beaten both games, like it does kind of wrap up nice and clean. You do kind of expect that to be the end of the series. So from that point on, me and Mike both kind of thought, hey, Bayonetta's done, But
if there's one thing I've learned about storylines and continuity, especially when it involves video games, there is none as long as they can make another.
Well, let's ignore that argument because that's something you and me will fight to the death over.
Well, no, but
Eugene, have you picked anything yet, Eugene?
It sounds like Eugene's kind of backing our Bayonetta 3 argument, doesn't it? That's kind of what I was trying to get to.
And so I'm thinking, for me, Bayonetta 3 is pretty strong, but I'm still looking at this list now, and I'm looking at cuttable stuff. Like, I mean, Team Rocket, who cares? I mean. Sorry,
well, that was a big one for me. Like, admittedly,
Team Rocket might be number 2 on the runner-up. We don't know. Mario and Rabbids. Let's cut Mario and Rabbids because we don't.
I mean, I would kind of Mario and Rabbids for me, being real, is way more surprising than Team Rocket, in my opinion. So
I guess what is a bigger surprise to you guys, that we're getting a sequel to a game that Nintendo already published a few years ago, or that we're getting games from a publisher that has never supported Nintendo ever?
Honestly, the Bayonetta one for me. Like, third-party games happen, and I kind of expect them to.
Not with Nintendo.
But can I kind of interject here for a second? Because I think how we're going to go through this list from this point forward should be kind of an important topic here. Personally, I was picturing it as more of like we each back one, maybe two horses. We count up the tallies of, which ones we feel strongest about. And that's the end of it. That's the discussion. Like if 3 of us think Bayonetta is a surprise and 2 of us think that Switch sales is a surprise, like Bayonetta is number 1 and Switch is number 2.
Right.
I don't think, especially if we're trying to keep these to 10 minutes each, that we should be talking about like runner-up categories and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah,
I think
I think
we do want to have 2 runners up. We want to have a winner and 2 runners up.
Well, of course, but I think we'll have that naturally just by what we choose. Like, I think that Team Rocket was a surprise. None of you mentioned that when you were choosing like your 2 choices. So Team Rocket's off the list, But like 2 or 3 people have already mentioned the Switch sales, so that's clearly going to be a choice.
I've only picked 1 item though.
Okay.
So, for my other one, I have to back Bayonetta because I never thought that we would get a remake. First off, I never thought we'd get a remake of Bayonetta on the Switch. I had a feeling there might be a sequel at some point down the road for Switch, but I never would have figured we'd get 1 and 2 on the Switch. So for my second place, I have to go with Bayonetta.
So it sounds like Bayonetta is like a decisive winner, right?
Yeah. I mean, 4 out of 5 of us put that in our choice selection. So I think Bayonetta's kind of got the number 1 spot.
If I had to pick my 2 runners up, it'd be Switch sales and Metroid Prime 4 because Metroid Prime 4 is making me hard.
I think Switch sales then is a clear second place. That's definitely going to be a runner-up because I've heard a lot of people mention that. So it kind of sounds like that's a biggie.
Sure. Sounds like Switch sales, and I mean, I could definitely go with I can definitely go with your choice there, Mike. Oh God, I forgot I needed to set it not to repeat.
Stop talking.
Your time's up, Eugene.
That's what happens when I have to reset my computer. But yeah, I can definitely go with you on that Metroid Prime 4 one, Mike. But at the same time, like it's almost like finally, like they're just saying something. It was just a logo. Like
the way they announced it, it almost seemed like all right, we'll make one. Just shut up about it. We didn't have anything.
That's how they announced Bayonetta. That's how they announced Bayonetta 3, though. Did you watch it? Oh, the reveal for that?
But admittedly, for me personally, Metroid Prime 4 gets knocked down a couple of pegs because you know how I feel about Metroid Prime.
Sure.
Like, it was a big surprise, I guess, although you kind of always assumed at some point there would be another Metroid Prime. It's on, like, everybody's E3 wish list. But it's not a good surprise for me because I'll never play it. So that factors into it for me, too, Like, personally, I think my second biggest surprise would probably be the Switch sales. Short of that, what we have left on the list... Maybe Mario and Rabbids?
So are we going to have 2 runners up, or are we just going to call it Bayonetta winner and Switch sales runner up?
We're having 2 runners up, are we not? Do we not decide that?
Yep, 2 runners up. So I mean, if I had to choose a very last one, like, yeah, I guess I would be with you, Mike, Metroid, because Mario and Rabbids was pretty. I mean, it was surprising, I guess, but like. I guess as a Nintendo fan, you kind of have to see what Metroid Prime what that reveal was. So I guess that's where my vote would lie with Metroid.
I would vote Mario and Rabbids, but in the same vein that Lucas doesn't want to vote for Metroid, I don't want to vote for Rabbids because I have a problem with Laura Kate Dale and her leaking thing. It's not her as a person, but her as a reporter. I don't like her anymore.
Steve, Justin, Lucas, you want to weigh in here for our last category?
Well,
or for our last runner-up?
My gosh, if I had to pick a third one, it would have to, and I know it's not going to get anywhere, but the Bethesda announcement, the Doom Skyrim.
Yeah, that would be my
Wolfenstein.
Actually,
that would be my second runner-up if I had to.
I bought Doom because it was coming to the Switch.
Yeah, like Skyrim, I probably never would have even considered playing, but because it's on the Switch, I am like totally all in on playing that someday. So that's a big thing for me to have these games that I originally wouldn't have been interested in suddenly being there and me wanting them.
Guys, I'm not going to be able to shout over you all night, but I want to back Bayonetta or Bethesda too, personally.
All right, so we've got Bayonetta first place, Switch sales second place, and Bethesda games third. Are we all?
Well, just 2 runners up. We don't have to do like order it. So we have the winner and 2 runners up. So.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Next.
Absolutely. Let's get on to the next category. All right, Justin. We got best third-party game. So what you were talking last. So why don't you weigh in here first?
Alrighty. I can already tell you who added some of these. Best third-party game. Our nominees are Doom, Skyrim, Rocket League, Minecraft Switch Edition, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Bomberman R, and Monster Hunter Double Cross.
All right.
Do I need to vote?
Why do you vote first?
I think one of those should be taken off the list because it didn't come out in the United States, but you know.
Still play it.
No, because you can still play it, and I'm playing it, so that's bullshit.
I agree with Mike on this one.
This is a game of the year, not a game of the America. My vote is for Room in a Night Sky because that's a fucking amazing game, and Lucas and I had a race in it the other night, and it was amazing.
All right, in the interest of speeding things
Monster Hunter
up a little bit. All right. In the interest of speeding things up a little bit, I've only actually played 2 of the games on this list, Rocket League and Minecraft. And I don't know, whichever one comes out on top, I'll back because I haven't put much time into Rocket League as nearly as much as I've put into Minecraft. But in the long run, I think Rocket League is the one I'm going to have more fun with.
Minecraft. Aside from Zelda, I've put more hours into Minecraft than anything else.
I honestly think Minecraft by default probably is going to have to make this list in some fashion or another, right? Because just between the 4 of y'all, you guys have put in some serious time into Minecraft for the Switch, So what that sounds like we've already got a tally in there for that one. Aside from that, Rocket League has my vote for sure.
Yeah, that's my runner-up. I mean, and I want to chime in. I know it's not going to make a difference because they all voted for Minecraft already, but like we had Minecraft on the Wii U, so we had to imagine that it comes to the Switch. So like, I don't know why people are so thinking that's the. Oh wait, you know what? I'm reading the category wrong. Never mind, I'm wrong.
What?
I'm still on the best surprise of 2017. I'm not on best third party right now.
Lucas.
I think we lost Lucas. He's singing right now.
Now you can hear me.
There you are.
Sorry, I'm getting all confused when I'm coughing and turning off my mic and when I'm muted and when I'm not. I thought you guys were just being your usual ignory assy selves, but to the surprise of no one at all, I'm going Monster Hunter for my first choice. I'm going Sonic Mania for my backup. I know it's not going to win because I know that 2 of you here are like malevolent Sonic haters, and personally, I prefer Forces over Mania. But objectively speaking, Mania is the better game. It surprised me that it was as good as it was, and I think it deserves a mention. So it's getting my second vote.
I will back your Mania with my second vote, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't put enough time into Doom or Rocket League. I don't have Skyrim. And I liked Mania better than Forces, and I've barely played Bomberman R.
That's kind of where I am. Like, Rocket League is really cool, but like Mania was made for this generation of consoles. It came out like on the Switch concurrently with other systems, and I put a lot more time into it than I have into Rocket League. Like, and as much as I put a lot of time into Minecraft, and I really enjoyed that, like, it just doesn't do it for me personally. And I know you understand that, Steve, as much as it's like your favorite game. So, Mike, did you ever pick a second?
How are we doing the hash marks here? 2 marks for our first choice, 1 mark for a second?
No, I'm just doing 1 mark for each choice, and at the end of it, we'll kind of see what everybody has. And
I'll let you handle it then.
All right.
I'm top between Sonic Mania and Rocket League. Because
I might have to get Sonic Mania now.
Because Sonic Mania was Sonic Mania is fucking amazing, but Rocket League is super dope. But like at the same time though, I've had more enjoyment of like a nostalgia sense and like an overall platforming sense, which is my kind of speed more than a sports game, with Sonic Mania than I've had with Rocket League. But I've had a lot of fun, dicking around online with you guys in Rocket League. But I
suck at Rocket League, so that's going to factor in at some point.
I might go Sonic Mania on this one just because I feel like that is the that is more my speed than Rocket League.
All right.
So
Of course, in me doing so, I've just officially bumped out Monster Hunter as for winning this.
Well, right now, and this is, I think, without Eugene's votes, we've got Mania with 3, Monster Hunter and Minecraft with 2 each. So, Eugene, you want to weigh in here?
Well, and let's be fair, Eugene's vote is only worth 3/5 of ours. So.
Oh, God.
So,
Happy birthday, I guess.
yeah, I would have my choice to win the category would probably have to be for Rocket League. That's the third-party game on this list that I've had the most enjoyment out of. You know. With that said, though, I also think I have to throw a vote Minecraft's way, just because of not only have I seen what it does for y'all, but like my buddy Chris, Chris who used to just be on the podcast, like he just got his son a Switch and he got in Minecraft, and he's like all about that. So I see what it does for like younger kids too. Like Minecraft is a thing. I just don't understand it. So. Yeah, I think those would be my 2 votes.
So that means where we are right now, tallying everybody's votes, we have a 2-way tie between Mania and Minecraft for first place, with our runners-up being Rocket League and Monster Hunter.
So why don't we make one of... I mean, we could just make one of them first place and the other one the runner-up.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but like, how do we choose that then? Because, like I said, personally, I feel like Mania gives a lot more than Minecraft did in that it's like an original title, But
and I'll debate that. I will debate that one with you.
I know.
So let me say something controversial here. I think we ought to bump Monster Hunter off of the conversation only because only 2 out of the 5 of you guys have played it, and we've all had enjoyment out of Rocket League, So I think it'd be a shame to bump Rocket League off the list.
That's fair.
See, I don't know if that really works though, because like by the same token, only like.
Well, I'm ready to fight tooth and nails for
Rocket League and Minecraft. Yeah. As much as I'd like to play the others,
I'm ready to fight tooth and nails for Rocket League, at least to be on a runner-up. So let's have that debate then.
Well, I mean, for what it's worth, I've gotten so much more fun out of Monster Hunter than Rocket League. So, like, if I had a vote for Rocket League right now, I'd pull it. But I don't know.
No, I don't know how we can put. Okay, I'm sorry, but I don't know how we can put a game that came out on a different handheld console. That's basically just a port up, and it's really like Justin said, it's not even out.
You mean like Minecraft and Rocket League?
Yeah,
both of those are ports of pre-existing games.
I hate to take Lucas aside on this,
Eugene,
but
it's
you kind of dug a hole in that one, Eugene.
But it's not even out in the United States. I mean, all of us have played
doesn't matter.
But
okay, well then,
hang on a sec.
In that case, then I'll fight to get Sonic Mania off the list then, because I'm getting Rocket League on this list. I'm telling you. Hang
on. Well, you didn't put in a vote for Sonic Mania, so you can't really pull it in the same way I can't pull Rocket League. No, but does it matter if we have 3 runners up as opposed to 2? Like, does that really change anything? If 2 of us feel strongly about a game, shouldn't it be on the list the same as everything else? It's just getting a mention.
It's not
printed in some national publication, the definitive best of list. This is just the 5 of us.
Regardless, guys. Let me jump in here because I want to be the voice of reason for once. And holy fucking shit, when that happens, you gotta listen to me. No matter what, Monster Hunter's not taking home this trophy. It's not like we're fighting for like the god of games here. Let's just fucking give Monster Hunter either like a runner-up or an honorable mention and be like, hey. This game.
I'm cool with that. I mean, if we want to have 3 runners up, but that's fine too. But
I think that's fine. His list. Yeah, I think that's fine. I just don't think it's worth cutting a game just because 2 of us feels more strongly about it than the other 2. Like, they're just runners up. They're not.
All right. Well, that's the only rules I had in this race. You guys figure out who wins because I don't give a fuck.
So now we're just debating. Sonic and Minecraft.
I'll be honest. Having only played one of the 2 of them, I'm voting for the one I haven't played because, like you guys have mentioned, Minecraft is Minecraft on everything.
Hot diggity.
Whereas, even though I haven't played Sonic Mania, it is completely original and new and apparently good for once.
Does that mean in a podcast run by Eugene, we got Sonic Mania as the third-party game of...
Oh God, I can see the smoke coming off the top of his head right now.
Mike, your vote is for Mania over Minecraft, right?
Oh God, yeah.
All right, we have Sonic Mania, ladies and gentlemen. Minecraft.
I mean, I'm cool with this. Hey, we got Rocket League on the list. That's, like I said, that's literally the only horse I had in this race. So.
And that's fine
Yeah.
with me. I don't want to debate the point with you. I just think that they both deserve a spot in the honorable mention. So I'm just going to put them both in. That's cool.
Yeah, and the 2 out of 5 people only played Monster Hunter. Fucking Steve could play if Steve wanted to suck it up and learn how to play the game with us.
There's so many hoops I have to jump through to play it, and I'm not willing to jump through those.
There's literally one hoop. You just have
to first I have to set up a Japanese account. Then I have to figure out Then I have to figure out a way to buy Japanese money. And then I have to figure out how to play a game in Japanese that I barely know how to play.
Oh, what's that? It's the tune of We've Been Talking for Too Damn Long.
All I'm going to say
it was Steve.
All I'm going to say is, Steve, I can walk you through all that. We're done. Moving on.
All right, Lucas, why don't you take us into our next category? But actually, why don't you read us the winners of our last, like the runners-up of our last category, just so our listeners, have it straight.
Yeah, that's fine. So for best moment in gaming, which I guess now we're just calling biggest surprise of 2017, we have Bayonetta 3 surprise announcement as the winner. Our runners-up for that were how fast the Switch hit 10 million sales and the fact that Doom, Skyrim, and Wolfenstein are coming out on Switch. For best third-party game of 2017, Miracle of Miracles, we went with Sonic Mania. We have 3 runners-up for this because we cannot make up our minds. Minecraft, Rocket League, and Monster Hunter Double Cross.
You got to admit, though, those are pretty good runners-up.
They are. Well, that's the thing. They're all good games, and obviously we're passionate about them if we're willing to fight it. I'd be a lot more shouty tonight if my throat wasn't, like, dying, so yourselves lucky there. But our next category is going to be Best New Character, and this is one that I have not been able to settle on yet, so I'm curious to hear what you all say. This is Best New Character. We have the Cast of Arms, which kind of feels like an overpowered tier, but
which got a new character an hour ago, so like even more bump.
Well, like that's the tricky thing with that because there's like 14 new characters and they're all amazing. Infinite from Sonic Forces, the 4 champions from Breath of the Wild, Cappy from Mario Odyssey, Pearl and Marina from Splatoon 2, and Lil Judd from Splatoon 2.
I'm going to throw in a last-minute nomination, although I don't think it's going to make the list, but Cass from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, he was in at one point, wasn't he?
I know what I'm voting for.
Yeah.
It's funny, you guys all like Cass, but he never really did it for me. But I'm willing to concede if everybody else thinks he's a cool character. So.
I will take Eugene's vote on Cass as the best character. I think I've told this on the show before. I have a soft spot for accordion players.
Me too.
My grandpa played the accordion. He played the accordion at mine and my wife's wedding. In fact, he played at all of our cousins' weddings. So anytime there's an accordion player in a game, that is really
every time.
So is that
not very often?
Is that 3 of you then that all want to see Cass on this list?
Yes.
I would put my vote for Cass for sure.
I mean, I was gonna vote for the 4 champions just because of all the characters on this list. That's one of the 2 that I had familiarity. Well, I guess Pearl and Marina I did too, but yeah, there was the only one I had any feelings for. But Cass definitely tops all of them in my opinion.
Wow, and the last minute write-in vote gets 3 votes right off the bat. Okay.
Well, here's the thing for those of you who don't know me personally. When I played Breath of the Wild for the first time, I started walking around and I saw this hideous-looking bird monster playing the accordion, and I went, "What the hell did they do to the Doritos?" And I freaked out. So like,
I forgot about that.
From that point on, I hated what they did with their designs. Like I liked them so much more when they were like bird people, and now they're like people birds. Like it weirds me out. But
is that like the difference between Batman and Man-Bat?
Man-Bat, yeah, it's a very stark one. But,
oh my god! Man,
personally, my 2 votes are going to go for Pearl and Marina because I love everything about them, and the Cast of Arms, even though it's
throw my second vote on Pearl and Marina there.
All right, I'm glad to see they're at least making the running here because I love my little Squid Sister 2.0s.
Yeah, I love Pearl and Marina, and mostly because I love Callie and Marie, and I like the direction that they went with Pearl and Marina. So,
Steve, do you have a second vote? Because we only got your 1 for Cast so far.
Yeah, I have to go with the 4 champions, mainly because I do like Rivali and Mitha. So
yeah. Hell, I even liked Urbosa. I thought she was
okay.
I thought she was pretty cool.
All right, Mike.
So that's
what
my
are you
second
thinking?
vote.
So your second vote is the champions, also, Justin.
Yeah.
I am thinking Bark and Bite.
So
And
the
I am-
cast of arms.
No, just Bark and Bite, but yes, Cast of Arms. And I'm taught between the singing girl in the new Squid Sisters. I can't remember who is who all of a sudden. Not the rapper,
Marina?
yeah, there you go.
I thought
I'm taught between that and Urbosa and Mifa.
Well, your decision is actually going to
Right?
greatly alter
Yeah.
what happens here, because one of them is going to be going up against Cass. So the 4 champions or Pearl and Marina? Like, who's getting your vote?
Pearl and Marina, then. I don't want Zelda being so dominant in this list.
Right. Now, again, one of those is still going to fall into
Oblivion?
secondary tier. And I think we know who it's going to be, because I think 3 of you are very strong about Cass. So, like, my money's on Pearl, personally, Pearl and Marina. But
If
think
we're
you guys are all gonna
debating
pick
between
Cass.
the 2, I would definitely pick Cass.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Cass, because I have far more experience with Cass than Pearl and Marina. So
obviously, the solution for next year for Justin is get Justin to play some of these damn games.
I don't know. I like Pearl and Marina.
Babysitter.
I like Pearl and Marina a lot better than Cass, because I don't know, like they have like individuality, and like in Cass is just like some random guy who walks around and goes, "My master wrote a song, I can't remember it. Let me tell you how I remember go."
I love Cass, and I love the side quest that you do with his kids. I love all that.
And what I loved about Cass is that, you're just wandering around the mostly, quiet, atmospheric Hyrule, and then all of a sudden you hear this accordion, like, oh, Cass is here somewhere. I got to go find him. There's a mission.
See, and it's funny because, again, going off on this Breath of the Wild tangent, like every time I hear Cass's music in the distance, I'm like, dang it, I have to do another shrine. Like that was always my reaction.
That's how I felt. I'm like, I don't want to do it.
All right. Well, that officially pretty much evens out the list then. We've got Cass as our best new character of 2017. Pearl and Marina, the cast of arms, and the 4 champions all take our runner-up positions. Unless, guys, I'm just thinking about it here. Well, I guess we can't really do that. I was saying we could just do like 1 runner-up, but yeah, what the hell? We'll do 3. Why not?
I suggested that for the last category, but then Rocket League put a wrench in the works.
I mean, we might as well make everybody happy and just have some runners up so people know we had thoughts.
Right. Cool. Well, I guess that's pretty much it.
Again, we're not going to be reprinted in the New York Times or anything. So
you don't know.
Okay. Well, I guess that brings us to our next category.
Oh my!
Is best new IP. So we only have 2 on the list right now in ARMS and Stardew Valley. Yes, Justin?
I have to ask a question. Is Stardew Valley really a new IP, or is it just new on Nintendo systems?
Well, it's in that the same could be said about, like, if we go back up to our list with Rocket League, right? Rocket League didn't come out this year, so
that's the argument that we all made, except you.
I think that's the
damn it, Mike.
Hey, I'm game for it, dude. If you guys have any new suggestions, add them to the list.
I mean, I've never played ARMS, but to me, that's a much newer game than Stardew Valley, because Stardew Valley is kind of a hodgepodge of other games, isn't it?
All right. Well, my first vote is going for ARMS. My second vote is going for Vroom in the Night Sky.
The game was released for Microsoft Windows in February 2016.
Yeah, but it came out on Switch this year, so deal with it.
Oh, and it's still coming. There's still a Vita port coming out next year. That's exciting.
A Vroom? Awesome.
Votes for ARMS, so
ARMS.
Any of the games on this list.
I just feel like this category was meant just for ARMS to win it. So I mean, like,
I mean that's kind of. I'm all right. So I'm giving this to ARMS with a grain of salt, because.
Well, if you have any other suggestions, throw them out there. I just don't think there have been
Not really. We haven't had a whole lot of new IPs this year. I mean, it's been mostly sequels and reinventions of games that are or ports of games that already existed. So, Monopoly is not a new IP.
Yeah, but
Mike.
Monopoly is. All right. Well, unless anybody has anything to the contrary, then ARMS is getting best new IP, and right now I'm putting Vroom in
By
the Night
default.
Sky as the only.
I vote
why not
for
Stardew
this
Valley?
category.
All
Why
right.
not Star-
So Vroom and Stardew Valley.
What about?
I mean, Stardew's not is as much of a new IP as like
Vroom
I
in the
guess
Night
Vroom
Sky.
is, So
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm
Well,
just glad we
Phantom-
got Vroom on the list.
Phantom says, "What about Fire Emblem Warriors as a new IP?"
But
Or is that- or
It's
is that
Dynasty
part of the
Warriors.
but
series?
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's Dynasty Warriors and Fire Emblem, both of which have existed for years. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of with that.
Okay, I'm
Sorry,
good with it. I
Phantom.
just wanted to throw it out there.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that they're trying to give us ideas here. But
Yeah, Michael
you know,
Howley says no 3DS games. Were there any new IPs on 3DS that we can?
can't think of any.
No.
I can't think of any.
It's been
Chicken
a year
Wiggle.
for new content. Chicken Wiggle came out last year, though, didn't it?
No,
Ever
that was the
Oasis?
No,
Ever Oasis was all right, but
Chicken Wiggle. I got my
It
review
was a
point
new
on
IP.
September 11th.
I would say Ever Oasis is definitely a better best new IP than Room in the Damn Night Sky is. But
Yeah,
Eugene,
I
I
think-
have played.
I think
Me
the
and Mike
joke-
have. Me and Mike have. Both
I'm not
played Room in the Night
taking
Sky to
I'm not
completion
taking it away from you.
twice.
I don't even want to put Ever Oasis on the list. I'm just
All
pointing
right.
out that is just ludicrous.
Well,
But let's
if you
put it on
guys
the
can
fucking
get-
list.
If you guys
I mean,
can get two
all right,
votes
here's-
for Ever Oasis, then we'll throw that up there with Vroom. But
All right,
I will
Metopia.
vote.
That was last year, I think. Phantom.
I will put my second vote for Ever Oasis.
Mitomo.
all right.
Mitomo's a new IP. I'd
Oh, fuck
vote
Mitomo.
for
that
That
came
game
out.
is awful.
Mitomo came out last year.
Oh, it did. All right. Sorry, Phantom. I tried to spin your answer, but all right. So here's my decision. We either give it to ARMS with an asterisk or strike the whole category. Because
Or-
at this point, we're just
or
kind of
we-
throwing shit at the
or-
wall to see what sticks.
Or we take it as one of those fucking funny categories we had, and all of a sudden we're taking all this shit so seriously all of a fucking sudden. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, ARMS
Get the
is the
thought
best
out
new
of it.
Nintendo IP this year by far. So let's just go with it. And, hey,
Oh, yeah,
what the
no.
hell?
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
like I said, I think this category was made to give ARMS its recognition, right? Because it is the best
is
new
fair.
IP.
Which is
Right.
fair, and I'm willing to concede that.
So then let's put our Vrooms, let's put our whatever else we want in the runners up, and let's move on to the best indie game.
I
Okey-dokey.
say ARMS, no runners up.
Well, we're doing runners up because we already need
Then,
to. So
I,
whatever.
then I want Ever Oasis as a runner.
It's in. It's in. Oh my God!
Okay,
The runners
okay.
up are Vroom in the Night Sky, Stardew Valley, and Ever
Okay,
Oasis.
why are we giving an award to a game that is on there because it's so terrible?
Moving
It's
on.
so good though.
All right, moving on.
All right. Yeah, we're
I never
moving on to
played
the
any
next
of these
category.
games, so I don't care anymore.
So
We're
I'll
moving
read
on to the next category, and I'm hoping I can get through a whole sentence without getting goddamn interrupted again.
Who's-
So anyway, Eugene, the other day I was at the store and I saw a cat.
Wasn't me this time.
So
All right.
our best indie games. I'm taking this, Eugene. Fight
Thank
me.
you.
Take it.
Oh God. Room in the motherfucking Night Sky.
Yes.
Mutant Muds Collection, Blaster Master Zero, Retro City Rampage DX, SteamWorld Dig 2, Shantae Half Genie Hero, Golf Story, Stardew Valley, Thimbleweed Park, and does Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment count for this category?
I'm gonna
Might as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. I
Okay.
think it probably counts more than a few of these other ones, actually, because
So,
Retro City Rampage came out years ago. It just happens to be new on Switch because the Switch is new.
okay, so I'm going to place my 2 votes immediately. Shovel Knight is obviously first. Muds Collection is second.
Are we counting Mud's Collection if it's just a compilation of old games?
Might
It's
as
an indie
well.
game.
Eh.
I'm voting for Golf Story and Vroom.
Okay.
I fucking love Golf Story. I should really go back and beat that game.
Well, I don't have a lot of say in this one because I haven't played most of these games.
Yeah.
That said, I really enjoyed Shovel Knight. As much as I think Spectre might have been my least favorite of the 3, I still thought it was a really well-made game. So I'm casting a vote for Shovel Knight. And I never played Golf Story, but the only other games that are on this list that I've played I didn't enjoy, other than Vroom. But I don't think, as much as I love Vroom, I don't think it deserves best indie game of 2017.
No,
so
it
I'm going to do
No, it doesn't.
So I'm letting Mike put that one in there. But I think for my second vote, I'm going to go for Golf Story just based off of what I've seen and heard from other people, because I didn't really enjoy Shantae. I didn't get much out of Stardew Valley, and Thimbleweed Park I gave up on like halfway through. So I'm going for Golf Story.
I'm being honest. The only reason I voted for Vroom is I didn't play any other games on here besides Golf Story. I just want to fucking shitpost.
Well, that's the thing. Like, out of all these other games, I enjoyed Vroom more than Shantae, Stardew, or Thimbleweed. If I was being honest with myself, I would vote for Vroom.
I played Shantae. Vroom is more fun than Shantae for me.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I actually got a lot of fun out of Vroom. It's not a well-made game, but I really enjoyed it. So, like, you know. But I'm going for Golf Story just because I think it has merits and it deserves to be on the list.
Jay-Z Beast is angry because we didn't add Axiom Verge to this list.
Oh, we can add it. I don't know if anybody's gonna.
Yeah, nobody's played it that I know of. So,
I was also thinking of that Blaster game I played with what's his name? The help me out here, Steve.
Mighty Number 9, Blaster Master 9,
Mighty Switchfoot or whatever it was.
No, it's Gunvolt.
Mighty Gunvolt.
Mighty Gunvolt.
I enjoyed that one immensely, but I feel like Golf Story is probably the better made game, so I'm sticking with Golf Story.
I kind of feel like I'm voting for Gary Johnson at this point because I'm the only one putting in a vote for Retro City Rampage, but I didn't even play it on the Switch. I played it on the 3DS years ago, so
I bought it and haven't booted it up.
Yeah, I mean, I've played Shovel Knight, but I haven't played most of the expansions, so I played the demo for Blaster Master. So yeah, I mean, my votes are just kind of going off into left field at this point because
What is your second vote?
As much as I want to give it to Blaster Master, I haven't played enough of it. I haven't played any of Spectre of Torment. All right, Blaster Master.
Okay.
If anyone's paying attention, we lost Eugene, but he's resetting his router, so he'll be right back.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I would love to give a vote to Golf Story because it looks fascinating, but I haven't played it, so I feel that wouldn't be fair.
Well, I haven't played it, but overall, I feel like it's probably a more deserving title, personally.
Lucas knows that if I vote for it, aside from Vroom, that it's probably a legit game.
Well, I watched a lot of other people play it, and it looked really good. It interests me, and I know that it kind of picks up where like Mario Golf.
Exactly. It has a very Mario Golf GBC vibe to me, and that really appeals to me. So if I played it, I probably would have loved it.
So has everybody else voted then? We're just waiting on Eugene to get back?
So where do the votes stand right now?
Well, right now it's a tie between Golf Story and Shovel Knight. Retro City Rampage, Blaster Master 0, Mutant Muds, and Vroom each have one vote.
Oh, God.
Every time we say Vroom, someone else in this chat cringes. I'm gonna put it in every category from here on out, just because someone gets mad about it.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Eugene, I will tell a story here. Me and Mike the other night, we were hanging out, and Steve was on too. We played Vroom in the Night Sky together from start to finish. Like, we went through the entire game, and we raced to get through that game. Like, I have had so much fun with that game.
Off a Band-Aid, the faster you do it, the less it hurts.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable experience. I liked speed running a ridiculously fun game. So, Eugene, are you back with us?
I'm here. What's up?
You are the only one left that needs to vote, so we're kind of waiting on you here.
I'm sorry about that, but here I am. Looks like, gosh. So looks like my votes really aren't going to count because I'm probably going to vote for two games that are going to each have one vote. I'd have to vote for Stardew Valley to win this category because I probably had the most fun out of all the indie games with that one. I heard a little bit of what you said, Lucas, that you didn't really get much out of it. I did. I put in quite a few hours into it, and I really did like that game. So out of anything, that would probably have my winning vote. As for number two, well, I guess I'm going to have to give it to Shovel Knight, because
all right.
Only because I actually own that game, and then I haven't played it yet, but I do love the Shovel Knight games, and I do appreciate what they're doing with the DLC for that game. So, I guess my vote will have to go for Shovel Knight.
If it's okay with everybody, then we're going to have Shovel Knight as the winner, and we're only going to put Golf Story as the runner-up. Because otherwise we'd have like 5 runners-up, and obviously they're all deserving games, but it's just too much. That'd be like the whole category. So we'll give Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment the win, and we'll give Golf Story second place.
I'm good with
awesome.
Sweetie.
Okay. Just snoring. I hope my mic's not picking it up.
All right, sounds good. So then let's move on to the next category. Who wants to take that one away?
Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll do it. So our next category, Justin, what the fuck are you doing? Justin, you can't modify the you can't modify the entries. The next category for this fucking thing is the worst tasting Nintendo product of 2017. Our runners-up, our nominees are the Nintendo Switch cartridge, which is laced with a super basic antifreeze fucking flavor compound. It's terrible. Super Mario cereal, which I don't even know if it tastes bad. People are just
none of us have been able to get it.
I forgot to look for it next time I went shopping.
The Squidgy Metroid amiibo, which who the fuck ate that?
Steve has a story about that.
You can take shots out of it.
Oh, Minecraft on handheld.
How do you acquire this information?
So the nominees are Metroid on handheld and the assault that everybody on the Earth gets when we fucking talk about Room in the Night Sky.
Or Breath of the Wild.
All right, so I feel like this is going to be a slam dunk. Obviously, I'm voting for the Switch cartridge. I've tasted it; it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day we do every week we do a show. I thank God we don't actually have $250 in patron donations, so we have to open cartridge every day.
Yeah, that's our $250 tier. At the end of every episode, we lick a Switch cartridge.
Actually, I think it's the beginning, but one of the two. Yeah, put me down for a Switch cartridge.
On the right.
Switch cartridge is easily the number one.
So why
Super Mario cereal has marshmallows in it, so it can't be all that bad. So I got to go with the Switch cartridge.
Steve, why don't you tell me a story about Metroids and Jack Daniels?
So Brian Altano of IGN.
Oh dear.
Right
after
the Squidgy Metroid amiibo was released, he has it on video on YouTube of him taking a shot of something out of the Metroid amiibo, and he says you can taste the plastic.
Gee, who would have thought drinking something out of a plastic toy can make you taste plastic?
Moving on.
Who would have thought to lick a Switch cartridge, yet here we are.
Because they told us not to.
Guys,
they said, do not put this in your mouth. We put a chemical on it, so everybody's like, oh, really?
Yeah, gotta try it, right? Well, yeah. I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. I don't think we even really need any runners-up. I think Switch game cartridge
Minecraft on handheld. That is really salty.
Steve.
Yeah, I have a question about that off the record.
Okay. We'll do that later.
All right, well, I will take us into our next category because holy crap is it an intense one. And we are going to have some words about this one here.
Yeah, can we compile a few of these, actually?
Well, I don't know because I feel like, one might be superior over the... Let's just go with what we've got and we'll see what happens.
All right,
I have a clear one here.
After we're done.
I don't know if anyone else is going to vote for mine, but Best Amiibo of 2017. We have Breath of the Wild Zelda. We have The Guardian. Majora's Mask Link, Skyward Sword Link, Daruk Rivali Urbosa Mifa, Squidgy Metroid, I know Steve wrote that, Super Mario Cereal Box, Wedding Mario / Peach / Bowser, so I guess we are compiling that one, QB, Poochie, Bayonetta, and Cloud. And since I read this one, I'll go right ahead and say it. My votes are Bayonetta and the Super Mario Cereal Box. I love that we get a third-party amiibo that's as amazingly well-made as that one is. I love that a cereal box is an amiibo. So,
throw me down on the cereal box. I'll get back to you on my second vote.
right.
First thing for me is, since we're compiling all of the Wedding Mario ones, can we compile the 4 champions?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well. It's not like one is going to win out over the others, really.
Well, then
so
I'm not going to
let's
vote
just
for those.
see.
I was going to vote for Urbosa because I fucking have a crush on Urbosa, but now I'm not going to vote for any of them.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, it does kind of make sense. Otherwise, we should separate out the Wedding Mario ones because,
Well, if that's the case, then then my vote would be for Wedding Mario because I don't have nor care about the other 2.
We can separate those out.
So
I
is
just
that
forgot to do it when I compiled the list.
so? Is that how we want to do it then?
Separate both of the lists. Sure.
All right.
Oh dear God.
All right. So.
All right. Can we start knocking? So nobody's voting for Rivali or Daruk amiibo, correct?
Not me.
All right.
I'm not voting for.
No.
I'm not voting for QB.
I think Steve might.
I forgot that there was a QB. Now I kind of want it.
Well, he is Japanese exclusive, so that falls under the category of stuff that didn't come to the U.S.
I'm torn.
It doesn't matter though.
I'm torn between Breath of the Wild, Zelda, and Squishy Amiibo. To be honest with you,
But if you vote for Breath of the Wild, like which one do you vote for?
Breath of the Wild. The
Zelda.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh dear God! It's $50.
I don't know which one I want.
That Guardian amiibo was pretty sweet looking. I mean,
well, you kind of get 2 votes, Eugene. You want to do one for Zelda and one for the Metroid?
I already have a vote. I already have a vote for Cereal Box. So
okay.
I guess if I had to choose another one, probably the Zelda one because it just looks so amazing. I really like the way that the Breath of the Wild Zelda looks. So
see, that's how I feel about my Bayonetta. Like the little ribbons are like shiny and everything. I love it.
And I mostly just because I just like the Breath of the Wild Zelda art style. To be honest with you, I just really like the direction they took for Zelda this game.
I'm voting for.
Breath of the Wild.
I'm voting for Bayonetta and Urbosa because Urbosa and Bayonetta are like
wear the least amount of clothing.
Yeah, I guess. Sure, whatever.
Seems to be the going theme here. Yeah, mine's tough because I love the Guardian amiibo. I love the Squidgy Metroid. I love the fact that a cereal box amiibo exists. Wedding Mario is sparkly. And Bayonetta is cool because you could get it in either Bayonetta 1 or Bayonetta 2 costumes, which thank you, Steve. I have both. God,
don't forget Cloud is also on the list if you're a Final Fantasy person.
I'm not, but I do have a Cloud amiibo. The details on Bayonetta, both of the Bayonetta amiibo, is amazing. So I'm gonna have to give that a vote.
Woo!
And
am I gonna have to get the Bayonetta amiibo? Because that's one of the ones I don't.
If you can get the Bayonetta amiibo,
I like it.
You can edit anything from Japan.
They come into stock every now and again.
Yeah, hold on, guys. I'm changing one of my votes. I'm dropping Urbosa for Poochie because it's a fucking yarn dog.
It is.
If anybody finds a Poochie amiibo, I am looking for one. So
I'm gonna place my votes real quick. I'm
still thinking my others. So.
I'm going for Poochie because I got 2 copies of that game with the amiibo.
Yeah.
And my wife and I didn't even play the game. You have I'm maybe in the first world of the game, and that's it. But I love
Steve,
that.
can I have your Poochie?
All right, I've got it.
And then my other vote, I am going to go. Well, go ahead, Justin. I haven't decided where I want my other vote to go yet.
My second vote's got to be for the Squidgy Metroid because I already had a Metroid World of Nintendo figurine because I thought it was cool looking.
Yeah. And
the amiibo functionality meant very little to me, but I still got the amiibo just because it was so cool looking and squishy. So, I mean, you guys, anybody on the live chat has seen me sitting here playing with it. So, yeah, Bayonetta and Metroid. Those are my 2.
I have to go with Metroid for my other one, the Squidgy Metroid. I don't even have the game, and I bought the amiibo because they had it the day I went in on Black Friday, and I bought it just because it was there.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
that
Three.
makes it pretty easy then. We've got Bayonetta as the top amiibo of 2017. She's stealing the show tonight. I actually like that. I didn't think my choices would get as many votes as they're getting. But Bayonetta is the winner of that category. Poochie, Squidgy Metroid, and the Mario cereal all steal runners-up for Best Amiibo of 2017.
Hey, Steve, can I have one of your Poochies?
And you know what's funny about all the runners
one of
up
them's mine and one of my wife's.
There's something unique.
Can I have your wife's Poochie?
Oh my god.
No.
What about Poochie?
He wants my wife's Poochie. He just wanted to say that.
I'm sorry I asked. What I like about,
Justin was trying to say something.
yes, what I like about all of our runners-up is they're all amiibo that have something unique about them. Poochie's, yarn. The cereal box is a cereal box. And Metroid is the only soft one that isn't knit. So,
yeah, that is cool.
It's squishy.
So it is nice they're doing something different with amiibo now.
Agreed.
Sure. Cool.
All
Well,
right.
let's move right into our next category then. Steve, you want to read these ones off for us?
Steve read the last one.
No, I didn't.
I read the last one.
Okay.
Biggest
Has Eugene read one yet?
Yes.
No, I don't. Yes. Okay.
So
Will somebody read it?
I'm
All right,
reading.
biggest disappointment of 2017. Nominees are no Smash Brothers Switch, no Metroid Switch release, no Pokemon Switch, no Animal Crossing Switch. There's an ongoing theme here. Breath of the Wild Champions Ballad, Breath of the Wild Master Trials, How Quickly Steve Fell Off Arms. Better balance there, Steve. Ukulele Delay, Scalpers Everywhere. Monster Hunter support pulled from Nintendo systems, and Minecraft New 3DS Edition.
I see the people attached to these nominations. Is anybody else seeing that?
Oh, absolutely. Justin, since you read it, you want to give us your picks?
Let's see. Biggest disappointments. I'm not sure who changed the ukulele delay to ukulele delay, but I approve.
You're welcome.
I'm not seeing all these updates. What the fuck?
That is beautiful.
Let's see. I can't say my biggest disappointments are things that nobody said were going to happen that didn't happen. So the first four I'm not even considering. I think with what's going on with the Super Mario cereal right now, Scalpers has got to be my top one. It's a fucking cereal, people. Why are you scalping this shit?
Why are people buying it?
Because we like things. Let people like things. You don't have to either run people down or profit off of people all right.
Yeah,
Let's face
totally
it.
get
Nintendo
where you're
profits
coming
off of
from.
people liking things, but
I get it too.
Yeah,
don't buy it if you don't like it.
Well, but the thing is, I want to buy it. I want to like it, but people who don't care anything about it are buying it just so they can sell it on eBay.
That is a good point.
That's
People need to
the
die
thing.
in a terrible fire.
Scalpers bother me when they take something they don't care about and resell it just for the sole purpose of reducing the supply to profit off of it. If you bought something and then decided you didn't want it or didn't need it and then try to flip it, that's one thing. But if you're just like, I have no interest in this, but somebody else will pay me 3 times as much for it, then you're an asshole and die in a fire. And I guess I'm torn between Master Trials and Ukulele. I guess I'm gonna go with Ukulele just because I probably would have bought that as one of my day one purchases if it had been out with a Switch, but I keep on seeing the Steam version go on sale for half price, and I'm just waiting for Playtonic to throw me a bone here because I've waited this long. Everybody's saying the Switch version is one of the best versions. Give me a reason to buy that instead of the Steam version. Other than portable.
Well, I'll jump in then with Justin here, because really this is pretty black and white for me. Ukulele, I've been complaining about it for like 8 months. That delay really bugged me. I get that it was in part out of their control, but it didn't change the fact that it took what should have been a really fun release for me, probably my most anticipated game of 2017, and made it into something that I still haven't bought yet. So,
I mean, to be fair on them, they did smooth out a lot of the problems so that a lot of the things people didn't like about the previous releases have been fixed with the Switch release.
I understand that, but I would have gladly bought a game that had a few camera bugs and like one area that you couldn't totally finish. Like if I could have bought it 8 months ago. Like the difference between that and like a month's delay for me is understandable, but like over half a year becomes like, just give me the broken game and let me at least experience what everybody else gets, you know?
Yeah, and as much as I'm like, hey, release it when it's finished, if it's a tiny little bug or something that, you know, people can work around, patch it later.
This is totally a tangent, but it's funny how we praise Doom for coming out like a year and a half after it was released, but when Ukulele does like 8 months, we're like panning it. And I understand it's completely different circumstances, I know.
Yeah.
But with that said, let's move on to my 2 picks, which would probably be No Smash. And you convinced me actually with your argument, Justin, about scalpers. So I'm gonna have to go with the scalpers argument.
While we're on the topic, I do still have 2 Super NES Classic Editions for sale. So hit me up on Twitter.
Speaking of scalpers,
while we're on the topic, I have a pot if you want to bring your kettle over.
Well, while we were talking about that, I actually didn't get to do my second one yet. And I want to say the Champions Ballad because that one didn't do it for me. But more than that, I'm going with Monster Hunter. And you knew I would. But like just trying to think realistically about like disappointments for me for the year, Monster Hunter hit me really hard.
Clearly. You can't even speak.
Yeah, that was. I feel bad for you because you're choking right now, but that was really fitting for you to start choking right now.
While Lucas recovers himself, I'll cast my 2 votes because they're really easy, and then I'll let him talk again. For me, there's no option. It's how quickly I fell off of ARMS. That's why I put it on the list.
You put that on the list? I figured Lucas or Mike had.
No, that was all me because I enjoyed that game so much when it came out, and then Splatoon came out, and there was no looking back. Like, I have not touched ARMS once. We were playing the other night, and, that came up, and I was like, I don't want to play ARMS. I don't want to play Minecraft. I will play anything but those 2 games. The other one for me is probably going to surprise everybody, and it's Monster Hunter support pulled from Nintendo systems. Mike and Lucas worked their asses off to get me into Monster Hunter, to get me playing Monster Hunter, to the point where I liked Monster Hunter and I was excited for it. And then when it was never going to come out in the US, I'm like, fuck that, I'm out. I'm done. I want to play Monster Hunter. And Mike is trying to convince me to play it again, and he probably will at some point. But I don't want to do it as it stands right now.
Yeah, so. I get it. I went through, you're going to have to forgive me for the voice, but I'm coming and going here. I went through this whole period where like I totally fell off the series. And it took me a long time to get back into it. And it's one of my favorite game series just because of that. Like, when you feel like you're never going to get to play another game in one of your favorite series, you just kind of like lose it, You decide like, okay, well, screw that game then.
I put 70 hours into that game with you two.
And you barely started. Like, I don't even know if you hit high rank.
Yeah, well, we hit high rank. I'm at level 5 or 6, but...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We didn't do anything in high rank. But yeah, so I guess Monster Hunter gets my top vote and ARMS gets my second.
Mike, can you weigh in here? You need to break our tie.
I forgot that Eugene voted. My bad. I was waiting for him to go. Who wants to guess where this is going?
Mike's placing both votes on Monster Hunter.
Can I do that? No. I'm actually taught for my run-up between the Champions Ballad and Ukulele, but
just be honest with yourself.
Champions Ballad disappointed you more than Master Trials?
I didn't even finish Master Trials. Fucking like I didn't like I wasn't. I knew for a fact when they told us what was going to be in it, like right from the start. I didn't care.
Well, like,
but like Champions Ballad,
was the thing. Master Trials was supposed to just be like a little bit of extra stuff, you know, and we got that. But Champions Ballad was like supposed to be like, they were like, oh, it's story DLC. Oh, it's gonna, and it was like a bunch of shrines and like one cutscene. Like it kind of fell flat.
Yeah, so don't spoil anything for me. But yeah, I mean, I was all excited because it's supposed to take place after, you know, you defeat Ganon. So I was all excited to explore, you know, maybe a partially reconstructed Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I totally see the disappointment in that. Well, Mike, you don't get a vote. So where we?
No, I'm going for Champions Ballad because Ukulele. I mean, I'm still probably gonna get it eventually when it gets on discount. But like Champions Ballad made me regret getting the DLC for Zelda because I was like, I am fucking bored. Like the only cool thing for me about Champions Ballad so far is the fact that I got to watch Urbosa do some things in a cutscene, and the fact that fucking
Jeez, I have to make my way over to Gerudo Desert. Apparently, that sounds exciting.
yeah, really though. The fucking and the fact that some of the DLC armor in this time around had like slightly modified skills, like the guy from Link Between Worlds, his mask lets you like climb walls.
Yeah, that
sideways.
was really handy in one of the shrines.
I was like, oh, I can climb a wall faster sideways. That's different. I can. At least it's not night speed up again. But gee, Monster Hunter support pulled. Yeah, when Monster Hunter World came out at E3 and there was no Switch mention and it never came out, I fucking sat there and I cried and Lucas cried with me and I fucking felt like shit for 2 weeks straight. I really had a hard time explaining to my girlfriend why I was so pissed off because I couldn't tell her that my fucking favorite game got denied. I was a real big nerd, but like, yeah, Monster Hunter and Champions Ballad. I don't need to go any farther than that because we've all heard this story before.
Hey, before we go on to our next category, can we take a 5-minute break so Lucas can juice up and get his throat back to talkable levels?
Sure.
Yeah,
okay, this is the most I've had to talk in like 3 days, and I'm losing
throat.
it. Ah, Stephen. All right, I'll be right back. You guys tell funny stories about video games.
I mean, I
use
do
the live listeners.
Yeah, I mean, even though we kind of have our winners here, I wanted to talk about. I mean, the difference between the ukulele and the Rocket League or whatever, Eugene, that you were, or no, Doom, was ukulele was pretty much advertised from the get-go as, "Hey, Nintendo fans, here's a game for you," and then we were the last ones to get it. Whereas Doom just came out of left field. Like nobody knew Doom was coming out. Nobody expected it. You know, we saw the ads for the reveal trailer for Switch. I'm like, is he playing Skyrim? I mean, that was just but ukulele was always supposed to be our game, and it took us so long to get it. Whereas Doom just like, here's
I literally never felt of ukulele like that. Like it got announced as a Kickstarter, and it got announced for a Nintendo platform that I wouldn't have gotten on anyways. Like if it was only going to be coming out on the Wii U and all the other ones, I definitely would have gotten on an Xbox One or on Steam.
But it's a love letter to Banjo-Kazooie and those rare. I mean, those are very distinctly Nintendo games, and I think a lot of Nintendo fans feel like we got the short end of the stick on that.
In defense of Eugene, the Wii U support was a fucking Kickstarter goal they barely reached.
Yeah, like I totally wouldn't have gotten it on the Wii U anyways, and I saw it honestly as a bonus that they were even announcing that they were going to be porting it to the Switch. Like I didn't expect it. Yes, I would have liked it to be have come out closer to the Switch's launch, right? Because like we all would have wanted to play it right then, right? But like I wasn't as disappointed in it as you guys. So,
see,
like,
and
the irony is the Steam version and the Switch version are the only two versions that Playtonic developed internally. All the other ports were farmed out.
And I'm not saying that I feel like we as Nintendo owners were like entitled to the game or anything, but for me personally, watching the delay go on and on and on once they announced that there was going to be a Switch version, it just made me lose interest, you know? It got me to a point where it was like, okay, well, it'll come out eventually. no news. It'll come out eventually, no news. And then months and months later, like they finally say, hey, we're working on it. It's almost out. I was like, I don't really care anymore. You know, like I've got better games to play now. Like I didn't think Odyssey was going to do it for me, but Odyssey kind of did it for me. Like now I have a collectathon game that I really like. So like Yooka-Laylee is a much lesser need for me than it was like 8 months ago. So.
I was just gonna say Odyssey filled that gap for me. So like the fact that Yooka-Laylee is $40 is a blessing because I don't want to pay, or $60 or whatever the fuck it is a blessing. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to play that. I don't want to pay that. So it's great. So now I don't got to worry about getting it.
All right. Well, my time is probably running short. So if
yeah, I was just gonna move. I was just gonna move on. So let me do so. All right, we're back. We're gonna move on to our next category, which is from flop to fun. I don't know that I really have a horse in this race at all, but because our nominees are Splatoon, ARMS, NBA Playgrounds, Monopoly Switch Edition. I mean, I think the winner for you guys is probably going to be Monopoly because of how much fun you guys have had with it. But I don't see Splatoon or ARMS as being a flop at any point.
From the
I just
start,
see them as getting more fun.
I mean, unlike Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2 came out of the gate with a pretty good amount of content.
Except for the multiplayer.
I might argue more for ARMS. Again, not that I think that ARMS was a bad game at launch, but ARMS has had a lot of additional content come out since then. So even though personally, like I think Monopoly gets this one for me because they patched out their horrible load time. Like, I mean, ARMS did do a lot to improve itself. I just think ARMS was a great game from the start. So that's kind of why I'm hesitant.
I think ARMS is a great game too, but like you said, like I don't want to put it in this category because I never thought it was a flop. You know, like I thought it was great.
Yeah, I agree.
Having never played any of these except for Splatoon 2. Like the only one of these that I think anybody in this group ever really considered a flop was NBA Playgrounds, and
it's still a flop, right?
I don't know whether that have redeemed itself.
Monopoly, though, I mean,
I'll get to that next time.
Monopoly did fix itself up because when Monopoly launched, people were saying it was a horrible experience. The load times ran into like the double digits, and they patched that out. Admittedly, it's a relatively unimpressive fix. They just had to fix something that was wrong with their game. But for the sake of this category, I feel like it works, you know?
Well, and see, for me, this category isn't what was really a flop. It's what game has improved the most since launch for me. And for me, that has to go to Splatoon. I had no interest whatsoever in Splatoon until a listener said that I could have it for $10 and they would send me a Nintendo card for it. And I've put 70 hours into Splatoon. 70 hours in a game I had no interest in.
If we're going to change up what the category title is, then I'm fine. But then we can just call it, Monopoly is the winner, and ARMS and Splatoon as runners-up, right?
So because do we just want to say most improved then?
I'm good with that.
Sure.
Yeah. In which case, I still have very little opinion on it. So,
if we're doing most improved, and I don't think we need to do 2 votes each for this since there's only 4 categories, but if we're doing most improved, I'm voting for ARMS because ARMS has gone above and beyond to add the new party crash mode. We've got like 6 new characters. Like ARMS is stepping up its game. So for me, it's ARMS.
So okay, here's my thing. If you're doing most improved, not necessarily flop to fun, ARMS is my first vote. I get a shitpost vote for Monopoly because Monopoly, but my runner-up vote goes for Bomberman because fucking Bomberman has a whole new like subsection of game coming out that came out.
That's fair. Okay,
and granted the online play is dead because I'm not playing it right now, but it's a fucking great upgrade to an already great game.
Guys, do we want to just kind of break the rules and throw Bomberman in there, even though we're not really doing 2 votes each then for this one? Because, like, I kind of get where he's coming from.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Cool with that.
All right. Justin voted Steve voted Splatoon. I voted ARMS. Mike voted ARMS. Justin and Eugene haven't voted yet.
I don't know if I really have a vote. I've played Splatoon of all of these.
So I guess just abstain.
I guess, yeah.
That's fine.
I trust you guys. I don't know why, but I trust you guys.
You know what? We'll put your vote in Bomberman for Mike then, and we'll make it all nice and Eugene.
Aww.
Maybe if I had to vote for one, I'd say Monopoly, just because you guys made me want to get Monopoly after the sale was over. So now I'm still debating getting it.
You do have bad luck with sales.
I do.
My 2 votes. So I guess since the category changed up, definitely ARMS for the winner for me here, because like you said, Lucas, like what they've done.
Sorry.
What they've done to the game, like it's been beyond what even Splatoon has done, you know, and Splatoon was the one that originated this kind of like add stuff as you go concept thing, you know. So I really appreciate what ARMS has done for that category, or for that anyways. I'm gonna have to go with Bomberman for my second one, because even though I haven't put much time into that game, I think like literally minutes. I don't even think I've hit an hour playtime. You guys are right. Like I see the updates that are coming out, and it's amazing like that they're updating it this long after launch. Like the game came out on launch, you know, and they're still putting updates into it, free updates at that. So
all right,
but
well,
yeah.
If Eugene's doing the second vote, then I will too, just to get another one into the runner-up category, and I will also go with Splatoon, because they did add the new clan mode and everything, and I want to see Splatoon make it on this list. So
I am happy with what I see, so I'm not going to take a second vote.
okay, so we've got ARMS as the winner of that one, and Splatoon 2 and Bomberman are our. Wow, Monopoly was the runaway champion of that one. It didn't even make the final cut. All right.
Sorry.
All right.
I can take the next one unless somebody else wants to. Mike,
I want to take the.
I'll take the one. I'll take the one after that.
Yeah. Do you see the first game on this list? So the next category, we have the worst game of 2017. The worst games on this list are NBA Playgrounds winner. Room in the Night Sky. Why the fuck is that on the list? Mario Party the Top 100. Just Dance 2018. Minecraft New 3DS Edition. So, my runner-up vote goes to Just Dance 2018, and the only reason for that is my girlfriend does a lot of dancing, and we go dancing a lot, and I fucking found a newfound addiction to dancing, believe it or not. You wouldn't ever hear me say that like 2 years ago. So she wants to play Just Dance, so I downloaded the demo for it, and the only fucking song you can do in the demo is the goddamn Nene.
Yep.
And I am like, no, I am not doing this shit. So we did it. I held the Wiimote in the air, the Joy-Con in the air. I just shook it every now and then. I won. And I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that shit. So my runner-up vote goes to Just Dance. My victory vote goes in NBA Playgrounds, and I see Lucas is already putting a strike in for me. NBA Playgrounds, short version of this long and tired out tirade, came out right around the same time, if not a little bit later than every other fucking console, and we've gotten less updates, and they keep blaming Nintendo for everything, and their updates don't even contain what they say they're going to contain. They haven't updated it with the recent DLC patches. We still haven't fucking got word on Shaq Fu, which is supposed to be a gift for people who got the game before the first update, which now they can't even verify because it's been so long. And yeah, NBA Playgrounds is the worst game of 2017.
I literally don't have any say in this category. I haven't really played many of these games, but I know that NBA Playgrounds means a lot to you, and I know that it means a lot to a bunch of people. So my vote goes to NBA Playgrounds, and that's the only vote I want to cast.
No, go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
Despite not having played any of the games on this list, I actually have opinions.
That's shocking, I know.
Well, I've tried to abstain from most of the ones that I haven't played, but Minecraft I probably would have gotten for the new 3DS, except for, it doesn't have stereoscopic 3D, which would have been one of the deciding factors there. And according to Steve, it's not that good. So that's a huge disappointment there. And my top vote would go to Mario Party Top 100, because where's our online multiplayer? I have no friends in the area. You need to throw me a bone here, Nintendo.
So you're going for Minecraft and Mario Party?
Yeah. We are not all tweens living in suburbia. Some of us are 30-year-olds living in bumfuck nowhere. I need my online Mario Party. If you can do Street Fighter and Smash Brothers online, you can do Mario Party online.
Nintendo probably still thinks everybody lives in Japan on the same subway, so they can just play.
Right, exactly.
All right, well, here's where I stand on this list then. First of all, there's no question. NBA Playgrounds gets my vote because good game or decent game handled horribly that turned out to not be such a good game that then they fixed, and it basically destroys your entire system's ability to. So it's like the only game on my Switch that I've actually completely deleted from my system since I got it. So that has to get my vote. Room in the Night Sky is an admittedly bad game that I love. It's like the Mario Brothers, the movie of games for me. Mario Party Top 100 is an admittedly mediocre game that I had a lot of fun with when I did actually play it and kind of want to get for myself anyway. I wish it had boards. I wish it had online, but those things considered, at least it has fun mini games, so it's something. I don't give a crap about Just Dance. I've never thought they were an interesting series, but I don't really have anything to say on the matter. Minecraft seems completely unnecessary to me. It's a handheld version of a game that we already have on a handheld system, being the Switch. It doesn't have 3D. It's worse than the Switch version. Why it exists, I guess, in case people don't own a Switch and they want to get it on their 3DS.
Cha-ching is why it exists.
Yeah,
so they did.
I'm backing the Minecraft new 3DS edition as my second worst game of 2017 because it doesn't make sense to me.
So we have a problem because I'm only placing one vote
and it's
for the
Minecraft?
only game on this list I've actually played, and that's for Minecraft. It has no 3D. It plays worse than the Vita version, which is the worst version of Minecraft you can possibly buy. The box for the retail version says it has amiibo support, and it doesn't. And it's
yet
there's just so many things wrong with it. It is an awful game.
Can I ask you to cast your second vote for NBA, knowing that would tip it, just based on the fact that it had the awful support and it eats up so much memory, and you've seen how much of a struggle it's given all of us? Like,
no,
can you
but I
make the deciding factor?
I will cast my vote for NBA, frankly, because I'm sick of hearing you guys talk about how bad it is. So it deserves a spot on this list.
Okay. All right. That was pretty self-explanatory then. NBA Playgrounds. We all knew it was coming, but you got worst game. And Minecraft 3DS edition, new 3DS edition, I guess, gets second place.
Awesome. So many things wrong with that game.
I'm gonna go get a snack while you guys debate this next category because I
abstained from this one.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. So we're the only three voting on this one?
Yep, the three Pokemon guys.
Do you mind if I read this one off?
The spoiler? Mike, are you good with that?
Mike just read it for himself, so we're all good.
Spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, stop listening for 10 seconds.
Yeah, it is what it is, but it's not really that
longer than that.
Okay, this category is Best New Ultra Beast in Pokemon Sun, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon. So our categories are pretty much every Ultra Beast that's available in the game. The first one is our spoiler, and that would be Ultra Necrozma. Then we've got Poipole and his evolution Naganadel. We've got Stakataka, and we've got Blacephalon. I will tell you guys right now that Stakataka gets my #1 vote for being an adorable little monstrosity of a wall Pokemon that I love. Poipole's getting my #2 because he's adorable as well.
I have to vote for Stakataka for #1 because the fucking name.
Thank you. I love him so much.
Like the night we did our Pokemon podcast, I went online just to see how many Pokemon there were, and I accidentally went onto the Ultra Beast, and I saw the name was Stakataka. And I was like, dude, the new Ultra Beast's name is great. And Lucas is like, what, Ultra Beast Wall? And I'm like, no, its name is Stakataka. And he's like, oh my god.
I love it.
It's fucking great. So Stakataka gets mine. I can't vote for Necrozma because I fucking knew in the last game there's an Ultra Beast. Just like goddamn Solgaleo and Lunala. They're Ultra Beasts. That's the fucking point. So I think on I think on a poetic standpoint, which is what I am, I have to vote for Poiple because it sounds like it's purple and it's Poiple, and I talk like that sometimes. So Poiple gets my vote.
All right.
All right.
Steven.
So I get the deciding vote.
Well, we know one of your votes is going in.
Yeah, my main vote is going for Ultra Necrozma because he's fucking amazing. But I'm going to make the winner of this category Poiple
God damn it.
because I like his name, actually.
He is a cute little guy, even though personally I like Stack Attack him more. I'll give it to you.
I like the gold Poiple better, but yeah.
What's wrong with the name Stack Attack, Steve? Why is that not as funny to you as Poiple?
Because I know people that say purple as Poiple.
Okay.
Yeah, every time I see that, I'm thinking people. So
I'll also say that, I mean, Poiple does have one unique gimmick that I kind of think is interesting. He's the only Ultra Beast in either Pokemon game that can evolve. And that's kind of cool. That took me by surprise. Like, I got him, and all of a sudden in his Pokedex, there was like a blank slot next to it. And I texted Steve, and I was like, Steve, does this mean what I think it means? Or is it just like when we saw Miltank and Tauros next to each other? And he's like, no, it means what you think it means. And I was like, I got to do it right away. So, like, that was fun for me.
But
So
I want
accept it.
I want Ultra Necrozma because he got a vote on the runners-up. That's
Yeah,
my
no,
only...
he'll be on the runners-up. Since the other two didn't care enough to, be a part of it, we'll just do all three.
Where's Bulbasaur?
He's not an Ultra Beast.
He's an ultra popular little beast.
in my pants.
I will say,
Oh,
fuck
God.
you, dude. I will say that the true runner-up and a true winner is Jigglypuff, because Jigglypuff is an ultra fucking beast, man. Smash me, I will fucking puff the shit out of you.
Right, well, we are down to 3 categories, so I'm excited
God.
because I get to stop talking and stop coughing, which is fun.
Who wants to read our next category for soundtrack of the year?
Ooh, this
I
one I'm
guess I'll
actually
go.
invested in.
So
Same.
soundtrack of the year, the nominees are Breath of the Wild, Sonic Forces, Sonic Mania, Mario Odyssey, Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, Metroid Samus Returns, and
Don't read it, Steve. It's just don't.
and Metroid Samus Returns.
Okay.
So my top vote is going to go to the game that has the soundtrack that I would actually listen to on a semi-regular basis and possibly not be disappointed or be embarrassed if somebody actually heard me listening to it. And that has to go to Sonic Forces. That soundtrack
God, I
is
was joking.
amazing.
Ugh.
Oh my God, dude. I downloaded that $30 CD, but I downloaded the $30 CD, and it's really good.
Admittedly,
Sonic is going to make our list twice tonight, isn't it?
it
Jesus.
probably is. Well, admittedly, I mean, you've got to give it to Sonic games. They usually get the soundtrack right. So
I have not
you had
played,
to see this
seen, nor heard either of the Sonic games on this list, so you can
are
rest
missing
assured I'm
out.
not voting for either
And
of them.
mind you, I've shared so many remixes in our.
Oh,
group
I've
chat.
listened to them.
You've missed them of your own accord. Like you've had opportunities.
Well, see, I don't click on YouTube links unless I see a preview, and when you send text along with the link, it doesn't show a preview, so I don't trust it.
Sounds
Why
like
don't
a
you just
personal
click on the
problem.
link and see what's up? Like, yeah.
Justin,
No,
it's 27. It's 2017. Who's gonna fucking rickroll you anymore? Come on.
All right.
No, I'm not worried about Rick rolling. I'm
Steve.
worrying about things going into affecting the algorithm that chooses what I'm going to watch next on YouTube.
Steve,
Lord.
what's your second vote? Because you do have a second one coming your way.
My second vote has to be the soundtrack that I've listened to most this year, and that is Spectre of Torment.
How did I know?
Absolutely amazing soundtrack. Those are some of the coolest remixes I've ever heard for a game whose soundtrack I already enjoyed. So.
All right.
I guess I'll go next. The only 2 soundtracks really in here, and no surprises here, that I really have any stake in are going to be Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. While I do enjoy a nice 8-bit soundtrack, Steve, like I've listened to Shovel Knight and it's fine, but like
Right.
I really freaking loved Breath of the Wild, and I know you guys are probably going to say that if there's not any music in Breath of the Wild, but like if you listen to the actual soundtrack, like from YouTube or whatever, like there's actually good music in there, you know.
And even when the music is on the low key, it is atmospherically low key. It's not non-existent. It is setting up a feeling that the game wants you to have, that loneliness.
Admittedly, I like some of the music in Breath of the Wild a lot. I have remixes of Rivali's theme and the storm on Varuda that like I really like. There's some tones in the game that I really enjoy. But in terms of like an overall soundtrack, there's just too much missing from Breath of the Wild for me to really call it like soundtrack of the year over some of these other choices.
Yeah,
but I won't bore with you with that right now. Justin, what do you think?
Eugene, did you give both of your votes?
Yeah, Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are for me.
And same for me. I'm going to lean it more towards Odyssey, as much as I absolutely adore the atmospheric, fully orchestral, and subtle, with all the references and stuff in Breath of the Wild. Odyssey is definitely a soundtrack I can see myself listening to on a regular basis. Like Breath of the Wild, right. I'm like, oh, I love this track. I love this track. I love this. But the Hyrule Field theme, I don't need 3 minutes of, random piano strikes. But everything in Mario Odyssey was just amazing. And just so much richness and diversity in the soundtrack. So yeah, Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild for me. Mario Odyssey is my first choice.
I guess it's my turn. I added something to the list. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just weird, but why was Arms not on the list at all?
Why was Splatoon
None of
not
us thought
on the
of
list?
Yeah,
like fucking, like
I
Arms
still don't
is
think. I like Arms and
soundtrack.
Splatoon. I don't know that they'd get my vote above Breath of the Wild and Odyssey, in my opinion, though.
Well, I'm gonna vote for. No, I just fucked myself because I want to vote for a Sonic game, but I can't decide between. Shut up, Justin. I can't decide between Forces and Mania. I don't know what to pick now.
Can I help you with that, Mike? I was actually
fucking him.
No, I've been asking him to do that to me all week.
No, it just keeps getting worse.
For me, the difference between Forces and Mania.
Keep getting deeper down that
Mania
hole.
was a bunch of really good remixes of music I really like. Forces was a bunch of amazing brand new music I'd never heard before. So that's why I gave it to Forces over Mania, personally.
Okay. Lucas, can I get your opinion?
Well, personally, I prefer Forces, kind of for the same reasons that Steve said. Mania had an okay soundtrack, but Forces had so much better, like, original music, and it kind of covered, like, 3 separate genres all at the same time, which I appreciate.
Okay.
You had your rap, had your rap, and you had your dance.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going for Sonic Forces. I never played the fucking game.
I've shared enough remixes with you at this point.
Yeah, I know the Infinite theme like the back of my hand. When the fuck did that get there?
What was your second vote?
I want to go with Arms because I added it. I mean, my initial vote would have been for Odyssey, but I love Arms' soundtrack. Like, it's fun.
And see, this is where I have trouble because now I'm the last vote, and one of my votes is going to go for Forces. I really like the Arms soundtrack, but I can't put it above Mario Odyssey. Like, other than Sonic Forces, I think Odyssey music has been the music I've listened to the most. Breath of the Wild is probably tied with Arms for how much I've listened to it, but and Splatoon, I guess, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to go for Forces and Odyssey, and unfortunately bring us into a tie that we are now going to have to expel.
I mean, if I had to choose, my choice is going to be Odyssey because I haven't even played Forces.
Yeah,
so
I think we know where this is going now.
Listen to any version of Jump Up Superstar on repeat. So,
and I mean, personally,
do I have a remix for you?
Well, personally, I'm going for Forces over Odyssey because I can't stop listening to it. So,
I have to go with Forces.
Are we actually having a Sonic versus Mario battle
it's
here?
breaking my heart because Sonic is going to win.
The thing is the only song that I really truly like, or the only two songs I really truly like on Odyssey are Jump Up Superstar and whatever that other one is.
Those were the only songs there were. The rest of it was background music. But that's just the thing, is most video games aren't lyrical songs. They're music that gives you
Sonic games.
Well,
the other part of the argument where I'm torn though, and I unfortunately feel like I'm going to wind up being the deciding vote, I wouldn't pay for the Sonic Forces soundtrack. I will buy the Mario Odyssey soundtrack.
I definitely will buy the Mario Odyssey soundtrack.
Wait, Steve, didn't you already buy the Sonic Forces soundtrack?
No, I obtained it via other methods.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right. Well, I think we're pulling on this tooth longer than we have to here. Obviously, Eugene and Justin are both going for Odyssey. I'm going for Sonic. I assume Mike is over Odyssey because he didn't even vote for Odyssey, but I guess that's up to Mike.
Mike, what are you going for?
If I didn't add ARMS, I would have picked Sonic and Mario as my top two. Which gives me a predicament because I love the 8-bit remixes of like when you go to the 8-bit.
Dude.
I love how those sound. So like I'm in a bit of a pickle, and fucking JZB threw me off the rails. He said Shadow the Hedgehog is better than Sonic Forces. It's like I can't deny that. But
if it's better than Sonic Forces, then I definitely don't need to play Sonic Forces.
I think you're talking about the soundtrack. I think.
Oh.
But anyway, fuck, dude.
Well, that one doesn't have City Escape, so it's definitely not better.
Dude, you know what? I need to flip a coin or something, man. Shit.
Well, but wait, does it even matter? Because if Steve chooses Mario over Sonic, then it's clinched either way.
True.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I'll just go Sonic because I don't want to be a conformist.
Fuck. So unfortunately, I have to go with the one that I would actually buy.
All right.
And so it has to be Odyssey, and I'm sorry, Lucas. But when you break it down between those two, it has to be Odyssey.
Hey, Sonic,
that's 2 timers I've run up.
Sonic is clearly the runner-up over Breath of the Wild. So.
Well, I'm going to put Sonic Forces and Breath of the Wild on our runners-up category because I think getting 2 votes kind of merits a
runner-up.
And honestly, well, I would have voted for it before Mike posted in Splatoon and ARMS, but honestly, now I'm kind of thinking either one of those might have taken it. So, yeah, no, I'm okay with it. I mean, Odyssey was my other vote too. I don't like the soundtrack as much, but it's still a good soundtrack. So, I dig it.
God, that sucked.
What?
Deciding Mario over Sonic.
All right, why don't we go to a topic that we can all get behind here? Best DLC of 2017. Is everybody okay with that one?
I'm ready. Hit me.
Steve, what do you say we cross Spectre of Torment off the list since we already put it in the best third-party games category?
I'm perfectly fine with that.
I'm fine with either or.
All right, well, that brings us to Shantae Friends Till the End, Shantae Pirate Queen's Quest, Blaster Master Extra Characters, bless you, Breath of the Wild Champions Ballad, Breath of the Wild Master Trials. I find it funny that both of those are in there as well as our most disappointing moments of the year. Continuous ARMS support and continuous Splatoon support.
My vote goes toward my continuous sneezing. Be right back in a couple minutes.
Okay. Well, since I read it off, I might as well go first on this one. I know for a fact I'm voting for ARMS because I really like the support they've done in that. I think we all mentioned that.
Don't you think we should condense both of the Breath of the Wild DLCs into one, since it technically is one DLC pack?
Can you buy them separately?
No, you can't.
Actually, see, here's my problem with that, though. I was about to vote for Master Trials as my second favorite choice. And if we condense it, I definitely won't be voting for Breath of the Wild.
Well, I mean, I think here's the thing, though. Like, just because you didn't like one part doesn't lesser the other part, Well, like, it's all part of the one DLC.
But if I'm voting for it as one complete package, then it doesn't beat out Splatoon's continuous support for me. Like, Breath of the Wild Master Trials, I actually enjoyed playing through because I knew exactly what it was. Breath of the Wild Champions Ballad was a tedious chore. So like
Well,
if I have to vote for them as a combined category, I just flat out won't vote for them because
the reason that I want to combine them is because if we don't combine them, then I'm going to vote for both because I liked the DLC. Actually, I know I'm probably in the minority. Maybe I'm not in the minority. I don't know, but I really enjoyed both parts of the DLC. I enjoyed the Master Trials, the challenge that brought. I enjoyed the fact that you were allowed to, or that brought the Master Mode. That was really cool. And I'm still enjoying the Champions Ballad, you know, like I'm still doing all the collectible stuff that's involved with that. So, I mean,
what do we think? Do we want to do it that way? Or like, you know, what's our thought on that?
It's up to you. I don't really care. If we don't combine them, then my vote is for both.
I feel like if we're doing that, we might as well also combine the Shantae DLC, right?
Is anyone even going to vote? Is anyone voting for Shantae?
Steve,
Well,
right?
yeah. The problem with combining Shantae, though, is they can both be purchased separately. And like Plague Knight and Spectre Knight, they are two separate campaigns with two separate final bosses. And
right. Yeah, my argument is just that you can't purchase the two DLCs individually for like they came out separately, but like if you were to go and purchase Breath of the Wild like 5 years after launch and then purchase the DLC, you would get both of them as one pack, right? So I don't know.
That makes sense. All right, well, we can do it. It's going to cost it a vote, but I get it. So I guess I'll just do Breath of the Wild DLC.
Well, that's... I don't know that makes it easier or harder for me.
That's kind of where I am. I'm gonna hold off on my second vote. Then I'm trying to think if there's any other DLC that like I've forgotten about in any other games. So give me a few minutes to kind of reassess that.
What about Bomberman?
I don't know if that would really count for me either.
Well,
If I had to choose between Splatoon, ARMS. Okay, go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
Well, I'll just throw my vote in. The only two that actually mattered to me were Breath of the Wild and Splatoon. So,
okay.
Like, if I had to choose between Bomberman, Splatoon, and ARMS, I wouldn't pick Bomberman. But ARMS, because fuck, dude, the tonight's DLC is fucking amazing, dude. I can't wait for you to play it.
I actually played a little bit, so
my god,
I'll throw you down for an ARMS.
I haven't played any of the Shantae DLC, so I can't vote for that. I don't play Blaster Master, so I have to pick Splatoon. Because I cannot, on my own conscious decision, vote for Zelda.
I will cast my votes. My first vote, I want to go for the Breath of the Wild DLC, obviously. I didn't really care for Master Trials as much because I'm not really into the super hard stuff, but I have really been enjoying the Champions Ballad. My second pick actually goes to Pirate Queen's Quest because I do enjoy games where you get to play as the villain for a change. There was a level where you could do that in Sonic Mania. You get to do it in the extra campaigns in Shovel Knight. I just think that's a really cool thing. So...
Well, I actually have my second vote, and it is going for Mighty Gunvolt Burst. They added in another character that was free for like the first couple of weeks. They added in a couple more since then. I got more out of that than I did the Splatoon updates, so my second vote's going for that one, knowing full well that that's kind of a throwaway vote.
Cool. So that means that is that it?
Well, you haven't voted yet, Eugene, have you?
Yeah, I did. I voted for ARMS and Breath of the Wild.
Oh, okay. Then we have a tie between ARMS and Breath of the Wild. Gentlemen, let's discuss.
Well,
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I'm going to say, like, two of you liked one of the Breath of the Wild DLCs, but not the other. And going with Eugene's argument, your non-enjoyment of one of them did not erase your enjoyment of the other one. So I would think that would lean it.
But
wait, who's the other one in that too? It's not me, is it?
No, Steve and Lucas both expressed interest in. They liked one but didn't like the other.
Oh, I
here's
didn't
the thing,
hear Steve say that. My bad.
Here's the thing, and I'm full well willing to admit that you guys are going to pick Breath of the Wild's DLC over ARMS, and as much as that devastates me inside, like I get it, but like enjoying half of the DLC and hating the other half of it to me is not nearly equal to full on like enjoying like the separate DLC that I enjoy. Like, I understand the thought that you guys have behind it, but I don't know if it's really like a logical thought. Like, yeah, Master Quest was fine and I got some fun out of it, but like I despise Champions Ballad. That more than flips me on that to the point where I didn't give it a vote. Because, like, I wish I hadn't bought the DLC. Like, that's where I sit on it. Like, if I could take it back, I would, and I'd take back, like, my $20 or whatever I spent on it. Like, so don't throw me in the category for, like, oh, you like Master Mode. Like, I liked it well enough, but, God, I wish I never bought it. So, you know.
See, my thing is that the $20 that you got for Zelda gets you what? You get your fucking Switch shirt. You get a new map feature.
Which I sold right away.
Well, okay, but that I'm saying the Switch shirt kind of ironically, right? That's a bullshit thing. But you get a bunch of other stuff. You get a bunch of other stuff too, right? You get your master modes. You get the Champions Ballad DLC. Like, there's just a bunch that you get for that $20, whereas like you can go to like Call of Duty right next door and pay $15 per map, you know? Like,
oh yeah, that's
I just want to throw this out here, and I don't know if it's going to change either of your three's minds, but the one other point that I want to make is that the ARMS DLC has all been free.
I haven't paid shit for ARMS.
Does that affect,
well, my vote,
everybody's decision?
My vote definitely. I already have my 2 votes for ARMS and Breath of the Wild, but for me, Breath of the Wild is just if we're choosing between the two, I have to choose Breath of the Wild personally.
For me, I have a hard time picking DLC for a game that I've only put 10 hours. Well, I guess that's a bad argument since I haven't even put a full 10 hours into Shantae yet. But I don't know. I really fell off of ARMS hard. And I have a hard time voting for a game that I fell off of versus, you know, games that I do actually want and fully intend to spend more time on.
Yeah, and I've never played ARMS, so as much as your arguments make perfect sense, Lucas, and I don't fault you for having them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It means absolutely nothing to me because I couldn't tell you whether the ARMS updates or even the game itself is good or not. So,
well, I appreciate you acknowledging that aspect of it. So we're going to give Breath of the Wild DLC of the year, and we'll do ARMS support as the
said. It's all been free and good for ARMS. I'm just.
Well, you gotta make a choice, and you never played ARMS, so that kind of falls default to Breath of the Wild. All right. Well, that brings us to our last category. Who wants to be the big one that does it?
Well, let's hold off for Steve. He had to go grab another headset real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, we can't hold off for too much longer because my girlfriend's already home and waiting for my attention here. So
I
just cast your vote now, then, so we can just like get you out of here if you need to.
Yeah, we'll let Justin go first.
Time, so I guess the show's over. Well, while we're waiting, why don't we read the category? Game of the Year. The nominees are Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, as if there was any doubt. Super Mario Odyssey, see previous.
Again.
Splatoon 2, and ARMS.
Justin, why don't you give us yours now? Since
well, it's been one or the other for me all through this whole thing. But yep, if Lucas called it, Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are certainly the games. I haven't played ARMS, haven't put a whole lot of time into Splatoon. Those are the two I spent the most time in. I've loved them both, and as much as I've found less to be disappointed in with Super Mario Odyssey, it played things safe and basically did Super Mario 64 but better. Breath of the Wild was something completely new for a Zelda game, so that's gonna top my list. Breath of the Wild with Mario Odyssey for runner-up.
Well, I'll throw in next since I kind of feel like there's not going to be much surprise for me either. You guys know Breath of the Wild is like a 5 out of 10 game for me. Splatoon I like, but I don't love. Mario Odyssey I had a field day with. I think if I'm being an objective, good podcaster, that gets my vote for Game of the Year. Right behind that has to be ARMS. It surprised me. It's completely original. It's not a sequel to anything. Like, it's just on its own feet. It's an amazing game. So ARMS definitely gets a vote from me.
Okay, because I am Lucas 2.0 tonight, I'm going with Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey is like a godsend of a game for me, and I'm not gonna lie, the ending of it, like the last push I had to finish the games like entirely, really bored me and really made me like bummed out for that's all there was. But like the overall enjoyment was amazing, and ARMS has just been a blast to keep playing. And like, it's not very often I find a fighting game that I enjoy and I can find a main right away and that somehow speaks to me on a spiritual level, and just fucking overall gives me a blast to play every time, even though I get my ass kicked half the time. So Mario Odyssey is my game of the year, and ARMS is my runner-up. Zelda can fuck off. Zelda was fun for the first 10 hours, and I'm like, I'm playing it to beat it.
I'm gonna play back the tape from earlier Infendo radios, and we'll find out if that's the case.
Mike, see, that's the thing. Like, some of us had our positions cemented from the very beginning. Mike was one of those ones that transitioned over time, you know. But I can appreciate that. Like, you
when
play
we
a
did a
game and you
retrospective,
learn.
we were all pretty positive on the game overall. So
I
it's just surprising
was
to hear both of you hate it so viciously now.
Well, and here's the thing that I feel like I shouldn't have to say after like the 10th time. I don't hate it. It just bores me. It's like,
I don't know. You just gave it a 5 out of 10. That's pretty strong.
5 out of 10.
I don't see how it bores me.
Guys. A 5 out of 10 is not a 0 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10. It's a middle of the road game for me. I've played better open world games. I've played better Zelda games. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just a boring experience overall. There was some stuff that I enjoyed. There was some stuff that I hated. That's why it's a 5 out of 10.
I hated Sonic Adventure 2, and I give that better than a 5 out of 10.
Well, but like that might be something that you need to, no, hold on. That might be something that you need to analyze with how you're reviewing games then. Because a 5 out of 10 should be middle of the road. A 5 out of 10 is not a bad score by what it should be. But at the same time, a 5 out of 10 is like garbage. That's like saying, oh, you got a 50% on a test. That's a failing grade. Like 50% is half. You know, it is what it is.
I'm agreeing with Lucas on this because I was one of the ones who, when EGM had the same arguments, 5 out of 10 is average. Oh God, my cat is puking.
Okay. I guess if we're going by that metric, that 5 out of 10 is average, I guess. But like,
that's what I mean. If I had to give Breath of the Wild a game review score, I'd give it like a 7.5. You know, like it is what it is. But like, speaking purely from like how much I enjoyed it, take it or leave it. I enjoyed it, but will I ever go back to it and play it again? Probably, but not for very long. Like, I guess what it is, you know.
Are you rating Zelda subjectively while rating other games objectively?
Well, see, and that's the whole, you know, greater argument. But I feel like I want to get off this thing that like we hate Breath of the Wild, because we clearly don't. I put like 250. I put like 250 hours into the damn game. Clearly, I don't hate it, but it disappointed me in a lot of ways. And as much as it probably deserves to be in the 3rd or 4th spot on my Game of the Year category, it doesn't beat out ARMS and it doesn't beat out Odyssey for me. That's just how I feel. Yeah, like, I need you guys to understand that and not just assume that I hate the game, because like I've argued this with you guys 100 times. Like, I'm tired of arguing it.
I'm going to read our Infendo scale of what our 10-point scale would be. So technically, a 5 would be excellent. A 2.5 would be average, status quo. Only genre enthusiasts need apply. I do not think that Zelda deserves that type of score, honestly.
Well, but then is there something wrong with our Infendo review? Like, I'm not saying by Infendo standards that's what I would give it. By Infendo standards, 3, maybe 3.5. But like, it's a 5 out of 10 in my opinion, you know? Like, in my personal review scores, it's middle of the road.
And that's
what I mean by 5 out of 10.
That's absolutely completely fine. You know, it's your own objective. I mean, it's your own personal review. You know, everybody has their own opinions. Yeah. My opinion for sure would be that Zelda is the game of the year this year. So put me down on a tally for that one for sure. I had the most enjoyment out of any game that I've ever played for this year, for sure. And I gotta say it, probably most games. Like the last time that I really put as much time into a game and got as much out of a game was when I played Dark Souls the last time. So, I mean, I really freaking love Dark Souls here. So, and then on that token, like I have the same arguments for you guys about Mario Odyssey.
You are Mario Odyssey where I am with Breath of the Wild.
But no, I would not give Mario Odyssey a 2.5. Objectively, personally, like I would probably rank Mario a 4 and Zelda a 5 because I can see the merits for Mario. It is a great game.
But for you personally, what would you give it? I'm not talking objectively. I'm talking personally. Would you give it a 4 out of 5, or would you give it a mediocre score?
Personally, it probably wouldn't rank. Like, I mean, like I didn't really enjoy Mario Odyssey that much, you know. Like, I guess on that token, I guess I would probably give it a 2 out of 5, right, or 2.5 out of 5. Put it in the middle of
that's
those.
That's where I'm coming from.
But I still don't see it that way. Like, I don't think it's average. I don't think it's status quo. I don't think only genre enthusiasts need apply because, like, if that's the case, then what are we saying about platformers in general?
Yeah,
you know,
I think the argument here is the balance between personal enjoyment and seeing the merit of a game for other people. Like, yeah, I can totally see like some of these Sonic games how you can absolutely love them. I've played Sonic games. I can see how certain aspects of them are more enjoyable to some people than like Mario games. It just doesn't do it for me, but I can say that it's still a good game and deserves to be on X list. That being said, Steve has not had a chance to cast a vote, has he?
No, he hasn't. I've been waiting for this to simmer down a little bit.
So maybe all this argument is for naught, and he will, cast the deciding votes anyway.
Eugene also hasn't cast a second vote yet, so maybe we should let him get that out of the way.
Yeah.
ARMS. I loved ARMS. Everything ARMS did this year. ARMS was second. If out of all the games I played on Nintendo consoles, ARMS probably had my my second most enjoyment behind Breath of the Wild. Everything that ARMS did was great. The excitement of a new IP and the new IP delivering, it was fantastic. So ARMS definitely gets my vote.
Okay, so it looks like I will be casting a deciding vote after all. My game of the year has to be Zelda. I know I've talked about this on the show before, but just the whole thing surrounding Zelda for me. I have friends that I talked to more playing Zelda in the 2 or 3 months that I was really hardcore playing it. That I've spent more time talking to them in that 2 or 3 months than I've talked to them in the last 3 or 4 years. Being part of the discussion where we were, finding stuff out about the game that you could do.
That was so much fun. Like,
sorry for interrupting, but
hey guys, remember Lon Ranch?
part of Zelda is the communal experience as much as the actual playing it, like the discovering things with each other.
I wish I could connect with you guys on this level because I feel like I
blocked us all out.
In part, I feel like I missed out on an experience that you guys all got to have. In another part, I honestly feel less close to all of you because of this experience. Like, every time we have this argument, it bothers me,
Yeah, but the thing is we all enjoyed different games, and like we were talking about earlier, there's nothing wrong with that. But the other thing that got me with Zelda was the amiibo hunt. As much as I complained and bitched and whined about it, it was fun. You know what I mean? And I'm still buying amiibos, even though I said I wouldn't.
So Steve the Masochist got it.
I loved unlocking all the old costumes. That was fun. And upgrading them.
That being said, my original second vote was going to go for Splatoon 2. I'm not throwing away my second vote in Game of the Year. And I refuse to let Mario Odyssey be beaten out by ARMS. So my second vote has to go to Odyssey. Odyssey was an absolutely amazing game. I had so much fun playing it. It wasn't my personal game of the year, but having Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, and ARMS all in the game of the year categories, or the game of the year winners, even if 2 of them are runners up, I am perfectly fine with that. So,
all right. So that brings us to a dramatic Super Mario Odyssey for Game of the Year. Breath of the Wild, second place.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll take
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That was
why not?
400 all over again.
it. Actually, that's not as bad. I didn't have to bring out as many shurikens as I thought I would. So
I am just
Water
tired of
shuriken.
Zelda winning everything, so I'm glad Mario got the upper hand on this one.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about it. I think it deserves it. So
Yeah.
Well, with that done, and I think this whole thing in the can, I'm gonna sign out because it's overdue. Follow me on Twitter at InfendoJustin. All of my gaming information is on there, and yes, see y'all next week. Are we doing one next week?
Yes.
you are.
this next
All
week is the big
intentions.
thingy.
Oh,
Justin hasn't been here for this part of the
okay.
conversation.
Well, I will
clearly.
be here for Lucas's big thingy. All right.
Yeah, you will.
All right. Good night, all.
See you, Justin. All right. Well, that concludes our Game of the Year episode. But I think we ought to read the list out one more time. Lucas, since you're our list maker, do you have it in you to read the list one more time for us?
Unless my throat gives out before then, I do. All right, everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Hit me.
The official Infendo 2017 Game of the Year Awards. Biggest surprise of 2017. Our runners-up were How Fast the Switch Hit 10 Million Sales and Doom, Skyrim, and Wolfenstein being on Switch. Our winner for biggest surprise was Bayonetta 3 Surprise Announcement. Best third-party game of 2017. Our runners-up were Minecraft, Rocket League, and Monster Hunter Double Cross. Sonic Mania stole that one. Best new character, we had Pearl and Marina, the cast of ARMS, and the 4 champions as our runners-up. And our best new character of 2017 we gave to Cass from Breath of the Wild. Best new IP, we had Vroom in the Night Sky, Stardew Valley, and Ever Oasis. And we gave it to ARMS to the surprise of no one. Best indie of 2017, we had one runner-up in Golf Story, and our best indie was Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment. Worst tasting Nintendo product of 2017, the Switch game cartridge stole the show. It was the only one that made the list. Best new amiibo, this one surprised me. Our runners-up were Mario Cereal Box, Poochie, and the Squidgy Metroid, as Steve calls it. And our best new amiibo of 2017 was Bayonetta. Our biggest disappointment of the year, we had the Scalpers and the Ukulele Delele. And our number one biggest disappointment was Monster Hunter support being dropped from Nintendo consoles. Most improved game of the year, we had Splatoon 2 and Bomberman as runners-up, and we gave it to ARMS. Worst game of the year, we had Minecraft New 3DS Edition in as a Steve vote, and our biggest worst game of the year category fell to NBA Playgrounds, to the surprise of no one who listens. Best new Ultra Beast in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We had Stakataka and Ultra Necrozma as our runners-up, but Poipole stole it, getting a vote from all three of us that actually cared about that one. Soundtrack of the year. Sonic Forces and Breath of the Wild made the cut, but Mario Odyssey stole the award. Best DLC of the year. ARMS support got second bet, but Breath of the Wild got that one as well. And Game of the Year 2017, Breath of the Wild and ARMS made it into the list, but Super Mario Odyssey was the winner. And that concludes your Infendo Game of the Year awards.
Awesome. Well, great. I thought that was fun, actually. I thought it turned out pretty okay. The joke categories were a hit, I think. That was kind of my favorite part instead of having to yell at y'all.
I'm kind of sad that Justin left earlier. I missed the whole Group Me Zelda Mario argument earlier. I really wanted to fucking go to war on that one.
Oh, God. All right, guys. Well, what do you say we get out of here and give the peoples our plugs? Lucas, where can we find you on the internet this week?
Where can't you find me on the internet this week? I am on Twitter as Mike DeParrot. I'm also on Twitter as LucasPeace_ if you're looking for game design stuff. And speaking of game design stuff, like Eugene plugged, I have a Patreon now for my game design stuff, which is patreon.com/HughAdventure. I almost said infendoradio.com.
I do that shit all the goddamn time, Lucas.
So if you're interested in checking that out, please, by all means, do. You don't have to sign up. Just being on there and sharing it with people is awesome. But yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Mike, where can you find you on the internet this week?
You can find me on Twitter at Mike_the_poet. I think I made a mistake by not posting my friend information yet. I posted it on the Discord though, so please go to our Discord at. I don't know how fucking Discord works, but go find
our Infendo profile.
Go find our Discord and come join it, and then you can find my friend code in there. But yeah, Mike the Poet, and I don't have a Patreon. I don't have another Twitter. I don't have anything interesting. Sorry. Hell, I barely post I barely post memes anymore. I'm a fucking failure.
Shit. You can give him your Facebook. You can start talking about politics if you want.
Me and Chris now and then fucking post enough political shit. I don't feel like having our patrons and our people follow that any more than I already do.
Sure. Well, Steve, where can we find you?
Lucas, I want you to look up and see that you have a request in the Google Hangouts chat. But you can find me at Gentis1 on Twitter, and like Mike, I don't have anything else interesting to plug, so screw you.
Shit. Well, you can find me at Infendo Eugene on Twitter. You can follow Infendo at Infendo. On that profile, you can find our Discord channel link where we have lots of cool people talking about lots of cool things, playing games together. So come join, maybe play some Rocket League or some Splatoon. I think you guys did some Salmon Run yesterday, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome. So yeah, go play some games with some cool people. Other than that, you can find all of the casino ads at www.infendo.com. And this Game of the Year list is being posted there too. So thank you for breaking up the monotony, Lucas.
Anything I can do to get out of a casino-ridden post.
I will have a review coming up too. I'm hoping to work on that next week on my 3-day work week.
I actually have 2 reviews coming up because I got all the shovelware codes from Eugene that nobody wanted to take. So I will be reviewing 2 games of questionable content and quality in the coming week, as soon as I stop feeling horrible.
I'm reviewing Brawl Out once I play it again. So far, I'm not happy with it.
And I guess technically we also have to review Gungeon since you took the review code, even though I plan on doing the review for it. So that'll be a thing too. We got lots of reviews coming up. So if you're looking to buy some indie games after the holidays, your holiday hit list didn't really shape up. Now's your chance to find out what's good and what's not.
That Zelda clone came out today too, right? So
people are talking good about that in our Discord. So like if I was into clone games, like I'd probably pick it up. I still might at some point, but we'll see.
Awesome. All right, guys. So we are going to get out of here. Thank you for being with us this evening. Join us next week as we have lots of cool co-hosts as Phantom and Minus and Andy and whoever else joins in on that $20 tier gets to be part of the All Nintendo show next week. So that should be fun. So with that said, we are out of here. Good night.
Before I go, because I am important before we get out alive, since we had ARMS vote for so many things, there's a party crash starting on Saturday. It's Master Mummy and Twins House, so please come party crash with me.
And I also had a special request from the Google. I don't know if we want to put it in the live feed or not, but maybe after we go off live, I can chat about that for a second, because somebody requested to hear everything I hate about Metroid Prime.
Maybe if you're lucky, you can catch it in the outtakes if you're a Patreon.
Yeah, keep recording.
Right. All right, guys. Well, we are going to get out of here. So let's say goodbye to the live feed. Goodbye, live listeners.
Goodbye to the live
listeners.